Weep. It was the last time to go. We're good to go. We have Starcraft, and so now we're officially into week 10 of the Korean Starcraft League. And I'm going to put my headphones on and we're going to get gaming. We're going to watch other people game because I'm obviously not playing too well in creative today. All right, let's go. We got some Korean Starcraft coming in hizzy. On, I just got to give type to the players. Okay, and Alexander Enke got me to party. Mondo versus Nightmare. True. All right. I'm going to get Nightmare versus Mondo. This will be a good one. All right. Mondo versus Nightmare. Nightmare versus Mondo. This be a good one. And this was one that Steadfast and everybody was going into. There's plenty of games going on. And it's not a bad turnout. It's really not. We got a good tournament here. I'm happy to see my boy Max Angel come, and Scarlet came in the last minute, and Solar. Some good additions. And then you guys in chat, and Common, and Patches, and Buckstar, and Oriana, Sewer Badger. Well, Oriana actually would be a player. All right, I'm trying to see. These guys didn't they didn't veto. Okay, there we go. All right, guys. I almost was about to play Nightmare. You might say that would be a... All right. I'm sure you guys wouldn't want to watch that ass whooping, because that would be over pretty quick. Haha. All right, this is going to be a good one. It's a PvZ, folks. Little Protoss versus Zerg. Coming up here. Cheesing's allowed in every tournament, brother. BK, you should cheese your heart out, because you know what? That's probably your best bet in some cases. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood in the red. Give it up for Abidos's Nightmare. Our Protoss player. And his opponent in the upper right, he's blue. Also from Abidos, it's a team match. Sporting the blue spiny drones. Give it up for Mondo. All right, let's see what we got here. We got ourselves a low-ground pylon. No hits below the belt. No proxy nexuses. No pull first. It's a based macro game. Mondo even looking for the cheeky early probe for a hatch block. It's not going to be blocked, so he is going to be able to take his natural, his 16 hatch at a pretty standard time. And on the other side of it, it's looking like we have a pretty standard Protoss setup as well. Second Overlord even looking for the photon cannon setup. Is not going to be the case. See, that's how you do it, Zergs. When you do a standard opener, you got to have that second Overlord right there against the Protoss. Just to make sure you don't got any cheeky pylons getting dropped. Hey, what up, Torchion, by the way? Welcome, welcome. And Zeratul, you're back? Nice, nice. Alrighty, here we go. Looks to me like we got ourselves some gaming. $20 Nexus, 20 core from Mr. Mondo. Nothing, or from Mr. Nightmare. I said Mondo. That's hilarious. Nightmare. Last time I checked, Nightmare didn't switch to Zerg yet. I'd love to see Nightmare actually play random. That would be fun. Any of these guys. We've seen. We've had actually a few players cheek it up sometimes and play some random or off race. In the Korean Starcraft League, like Heroes played Terran. The biggest meme most of the time has been Protoss playing Terran. But that's been for a while too. And not just in this tournament, but... Alrighty. Third hatch going down after Metabolic. Still had a good time. Nice 234 timing on that third hatch. But with Metabolic a little earlier, it is kind of Gouda, depending on the build. It is going to be a Twilight opener from Nightmare. So he's not opening Stargate this game. It should be noted. Alright, is this going to be Resonating Glaives? Is this going to be Dark Templar? Is this going to be Blink? And you know this is full send. He's got his Warp Prism going straight across to the third base location. Adept. It's getting a little greedy, but can it escape? That's the question. It is going to be a Resonating Glaives build. 2 probes are pulled off gas. Let's see how many gates it's going to be. As of now, it looks like it is going to be 4-gate glaive from our Protoss player. Adept shading it. Oh, he's just buying time. He wants to keep these Adepts alive. He's actually not producing more. This is actually a little funky timed 4-gate glaive, to be honest with you. We've seen no more workers in production, so... Nightmare, yeah, he's doing everything right, getting the pylon down. It is Nightmare after all. His warp gate's going to be a little delayed too, but it's alright. He's going to cheek out this other Adept. Okay, Overlord is going in for the Scout. I really wouldn't have hated it if he did reposition this and put... He should have the Stalker there to deny. Like, he has 2 Adepts out. You really want to deny that information. It is going to be scouted now, but will it matter? Resonating Glaive's not quite done. And we do have a Baneling Nest with Spore. Oh, was a Spore canceled? No, Spore is finished. He's kind of setting up, expecting Dark Templar just in case. But not the ideal setup. Banelings can work against Glaive Adepts, but we'll see what happens from here. Interesting, it's an Observer follow-up right off the rip. Another gas going down, so it's a change of plans. Nightmare's adapting. He's building some probes. He's not going all in even with 4 gates. I kind of like doing that because it's like, surprise, we're scouted, but this Stalker comically not doing anything. The Adept's forced to back off. 4 Banelings in production are scouted by the Shades, I believe. And that was part of, well, other than the sheer lack of number of Adepts right now. It's a little unlucky. And I think we're going to see a 3rd base go down behind this. So it's kind of like a half-ass 2 base all in. It's not like quarter-ass. It's not full-ass. It's literally a half-ass 2 base all in. Hey, what's up, Reza? Resonating Glaives. You're my bruh, Reza. This game's a resounding success. Great, good job, Samo sidekick. All right. Anyway, I kind of like this. So it's going to be a Robo-Bay transition from Protoss layer going down for Mondo. Is he going to go into Mutas? That's the question. And look at the repositioning on this. He wants to try to change. Oh, no. Nightmare is going to throw away the Adepts. Does save 1, but it does have about half HP. And he cannot find any damage yet. There's too many Queens. There's too many Lings and Banes. In fact, there's Banes, period, is a scary thought. But now we got Roaches coming in. Blink is the transition from here, as well as the Robo Base. It's going to be Blink, Stalker, Colossus. You know, 1 Colossus I wouldn't hate, but I really hope he gets into Disruptors after, depending on what he scouts, though. It is just 3 gases from Nightmares, or from Mondo so far. Why am I saying Nightmare? It's been a long week, guys. Anyway, look at these spore. I love this spore placement from Mondo. Mondo is losing some drones, but his queens and spores everywhere. Somehow Nightmare is able to find little bits of damage here and there with just a little bit of a commitment. And he didn't over-invest into Adepts, really. It's a good amount of them, but he's transitioning out, getting his forge down as well. No upgrades from our Zerg as well as an attack, but we have centrifugal hooks and glial reconstitution being researched. No roaches made just yet, so the Colossi are now going to be pretty good. Extended thermal lance in the way as well. Now we have our first set of roaches. Okay. But it is just a 3-base Zerg, just now getting his 4th in completion. It definitely a delayed time a bit, but he really was getting a little bit of pressure here, so he couldn't quite do it. So I think it's a smart move from Mondo nonetheless. Look at this, though. There's not a lot of workers from our Zerg player, so he's just hammering out on production. He's got a lot of queens, so consequently a lot of injects. He's not really going too ham on spreading creep, but he's getting a good amount done considering the Observer and the Resonating Glaives Adepts before. All right, that being said, the Warp Prism's forced to be recalled. Nightmare is setting up pylons to scout from positions. Does have an Observer at the gold base on this side. He's going to send a couple of Adepts back out to get some map vision. It looks like Nightmare might be posturing to take the 9 o'clock position base, but we'll see what happens from here. All right. Isn't there a missing word? Reza is he's the captain of Cucks. Captain Cuckobari. The battle cruiser is operational. All right, let's see here. Isn't there a missing word between extremes of Nightmare and Dream as in leaving blank, break? Oh, wow, that's funny. All right, this is kind of a scary Protoss army, but just be careful. There's a lot of Lings. They don't have upgrades. The Colossi are chewing through them, but the Colossi have to be careful of the Roaches, even more than Ravagers. Obviously, the Biles as well. Warp Prism is a little exposed. There are plenty of Biles available. 4 would be enough to kill this. Banelings actually make some connections, but they do go down ultimately. And the Colossi look in trouble. We do save the Warp Prism, though. Okay, so nice retreat from Nightmare. Behind this, we have some more production going on. +1 melee is about to finish, though, and more Lings coming in. Funnily enough, it's just nothing's in production for Nightmare? Question mark? Okay, he retreats to the high ground. Does have some high ground vision of the Overseer, but obviously the Lings can't do much against that. The Observer over here is picking up some creep. Funnily enough, it's in siege mode. It is not with the army. He might want to move that after, because there is, again, that Overseer right there. Okay, do we save the Stalkers? We do. Thanks for the follow, Alex Cott, 34. And there is no stream delay, as you can tell. Just a brain delay. Oof. All right, there's no charge follow-up. Interesting. Or am I missing? Did he get it behind it? No, he did not. I mean, I don't hate that he doesn't necessarily need it, but with the Ling heavy army still. I think it's probably a good idea, especially now that +2 melee's on the way. Something to tank, something to clump things up. We don't even have disruptors in I really don't understand why we don't have disruptors in production with this, though. The Colossi actually are proven to be MVP units for once. Comically, I was laughing about how bad Colossi are in so many situations. Just as Wardian cats were earlier, kind of funnily enough. But against Zerglings, definitely not the case. Unless you miss Micro horribly. Welcome, Flapjack. What up, dude? We need to get Dave an energy drink sponsor. I think we need to get Dave... Well, yeah, I don't know. I'd take any sponsors, really. As long as they don't, like, eat children or anything like that. Anyway. Utica Club Beer. Yeah, FX Matt Brewery. I would not mind it. That would actually be based. I want a sponsorship from my employers. Shout out to Ferraro Foods and Casa Imports. Technically... Here we go. Alrighty. Colossi and Stalkers. Good evade. Nice little blanks here, but still our Zerg player kind of overextending, I feel like. I like the angles for a bit, but Nightmare's just secured a pretty safe position. He's denied creep so well over here, and he's really forced Mondo to just keep pressure on. Look at the army supply. It's actually terrifyingly close. Nightmare's literally just kind of trolling hat a little bit. He's going into +2 ground weapons. He's going to finish up eventually. He has to be a little bit careful here. He doesn't have high... he has high ground by the... from the War Prism, but he's actually cleaning this up. Kills the hatch. This is looking like it's going to probably just go to a Nightmare momentarily. Ooh, nice dodging the Corrosive Biles. What a Chad. He's just committing down. He's obviously macroed behind this. He's got 4 base saturation. That's all he needs. GG. And Nightmare is going to decisively take game number 1. Let's see if Mondo can come back. Yeah, he got extended Thermal Lance, 2 Colossi, and actually he did it. I think it was just the 2 Colossi. From a Resonating Glaives opener. So he actually went 4-gate glaive into a 5-minute third, and to a Robo Bay into Blink in that order. So he basically just... That's what I usually tell players. Like I'm today was losing thinking of myself. You don't always have to honker down if you see your build's just going to get bodied or you have any kind of... There's ways of getting out of it. You just need to continue some kind of logical flow, I guess. His thing was just 2 Colossi, extended the Thermal Lance, and Blink Stalkers into +1. And it worked out pretty well. Good day. It was a rough day. I literally had, let's just say shit happens, as I memed earlier. I literally had, not Evan, not my brother Evan, but my other neighbor in another apartment above me, above my bedroom, had a little bit of a problem. Oh, gotta fix the score. I'll tell you about that later. Spawning in the upper left-hand corner of Babylon in the red. Give it up for Abydos's Nightmare. Our Protoss player. And with the slimy blue drones, also from Abydos. In the blue, give it up for Mondo. Our Zerg. Can he come back? Looks to be a 16 hatch setup. He's going to go scout earlier to make sure he's not going to hatch block. Nightmare, he's not too concerned about it. He's also not rushing his gate. Hey, what's up, Eurystheus? How you doing, Yuri? Dude, Skylar beat Estrella 2 times today on the ladder. Poor Max. Getting bullied by Terrans lately. How are you doing, young man? How's your school going and your games going and your life going? My son Yuri, guys. I forgot to say my son Skylar, too. This makes me feel good to see Yuri and Skylar in here, too, as well as everybody else that's normally here. And new people, smash that follow button, please and thank you. All right, another standard opener from both of them, it would appear. Let's see what kind of tech we got going from either one of them in a bit. Dude, it is good to see Skylar playing ladder again, man. He's killing it. When he got back, I actually beat Skylar, Yuri. Like, he played a macro. No, he tried 2 base all in me. He goes, Dave, this build's been killing people. This was weeks back, or a month or 2 back. And he was just kind of deciding if he wanted to play. And I actually beat him in a macro game. Imagine. Alright, well, the game settles. I can talk to you guys a bit. Torchion, thanks for the gifted sub to Samo. My man.
Samo Sidekick just subscribed.
Well, you gotta admit, Yuri, Skylar 2 base all-ins are pretty fucking OP, too, at that, so I felt quite accomplished. The fact that he beat a stray head 2 times today, I feel even better about that. But thank you so much, Torchion, you goddamn legend. Gifting your... This is your 100th gifted sub to my channel, too, by the way. What a legend. Alright, Probe's getting his booty smaked by the Lynx, but Mado's going to back off. Mado is going to secure his 3rd base pretty similarly to the first game. He's going for another Metabolic opener. Nightmare going for another Twilight Council opener. What's he going to do this game? We got 2 Overlords making their way across the map. And a nice little Scouter Adept. Is it going to be another Gladept build, or is it going to be something darker? The dankest of Templar. Alright, Adept Shade, this is going to be canceled. He's just going to be annoying, keeping the pressure on, keeping the vision. Scout with the 3rd. And I do believe Nightmare did get that read. Robotics facility on the way, and time will tell as we look at this gas bank building up here. It is going to be a Dark Shrine. Dave Testa's favorite thing. And for those of you guys that didn't notice, my initials happen to be DT. Some units are just meant to be. Alright, let's see what happens from here. Alright, another gate going down. It is going to be your 4-gate DT Archon drop. Stalker's out of position inside the base. The Nightmare could probably work on that a bit. You got the Stalker here. I mean, I can be a little critical to a point, because you know what? I do this build all the freaking time, and I get the timings wrong. But you know what? I always deny the freaking Overlord. Gotta deny the scouting. Unless you're just getting unlucky and they're already there, but... Yeah, it's not even high committal in Lings. That's just 4 Lings right there, 4 more behind and a couple Queens. Mondo is quite the good Queen printer. He's going into Bane Lings this time. He's going into more Lings. 8. Is he going for a Bane bust? That could be a problem if that's the case. Okay, I love this. So Nightmare is doing what Max Pax does. You push out with 3 Adepts, and you push with a Prism. You make it look like it's Resonating Glaives, and sometimes Zerg will take the bait and not actually send their Overlord anyway. And, yeah. They literally think it is Resonating Glaives, and especially in a game 2 or 3. Oh, the DTs are going into the Spore. Morphin Archon. No, is he going to save them? He saves all 3 and does escape. All right, that being said, there's a lot of Lings out. There are some Banelings, a Roach Warren going down. Good defense from Mondo. Nightmare is going to take his 3rd base quite a bit later, but still, he needs to make some Archons. He is saturating up his gas at the natural, so, and getting the 4th as well. As his 3rd base comes down, but we are going to see a charge lot follow-up. Pretty standard path of... I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. Whatever, we're just going to pretend I'm making sense right now, but Dave's a little tired here. It's been a long week. But we're going to plow through it all. We've got some great games. These actually have been a pretty cool start to a couple. We'll see what happens. Mondo with some good defense, but nice catches on the Zerglings from these 2 Archons out of Nightmare. Alright, let's see what happens from here. We do have some larvae getting cleaned up. Queen's getting attacked, and ooh! My goodness. We do be in a problem. Can't. He said doobie. All right. Well, you know, you could say that could just be from the old college partying days, you know. I said doobie. I'm not remembering things. Doo-doo-doo. Marijuana affects the memory. All right, 5 gateways being put down. Getting to be warp gates pretty soon. We do have an Immortal follow-up with the charge and a Forge. That's going to be Immortal Archon charge lot. Probably not too heavy in the Archons for now. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a little transition into like a Templar Archives. But If he's a real Chad, he's going to make DTs in the Archons as he sees fit. Eventually, it becomes more cost efficient to build the Templar archives anyway. But if you're hammering into stuff, we'll see. Oh, wow. Making some pretty good use of these Archons, but they have taken quite a bit of damage in the shields. If he retreats back and hits the shield batteries, they're back to full health. So that do be the good thing there. Oh, look at this. 4 pylons going down. He's getting ready for a push. He's definitely going for a timing attack. With that being said, our third player going for +1 melee, centrifugal hooks and glial reconstitution. He debates some Baneling hits. That's actually pretty nice work. Some pretty decent micro from Nightmare. All right, okay, more DTs for Archons. Or are they just DTs for DTs? Okay, we making this. Okay, 3 more Archons with 2 Immortals. This is going to be a big push. This is a 5 Archon push for starters. With 2 Immortals, 3 Sentries, and a bunch of charge lots. So this is going to be a 3 base, potentially on, but once you're on 3 bases, this is the game truthfully an all-in. Oh, they're both vying for the rocks. This is a hard flex if you're Nightmare right here. He's like, I just want to finish this, bruh. Anyway, you don't want these Zealots to get into the Banelings. The Banelings are segmented off. Beautiful force field. The Corrosive Bile is knocking one down, but they're still segmented away. Yeah, I think he should have actually breached the... he was trying to pick off some units with Biles, but instead he actually missed everything. He could have taken down those force fields. But Mondo, unfortunately, making a few mistakes. GG's call it. He played really well. Nightmare still cleans it up in a 2-0. He's feeling it. Tony Montana. Zeratul. GG's. Okay, I'm going to do the score update here. All right. Solar versus Uncle Toby's going on. Winner of Solar versus Uncle Toby, which is probably going to be Solar, will be fighting Nightmare. Straight Up versus Oriana going on as well. Gooby Ho versus Fork. Firefly versus Hanmano. Dark versus Bad Boars. Classic awaiting Into the Inno versus Patches. And Ranger versus BK going on to fight Scarlet. Very, very cool stuff. We have Anakito's Mavi casting as well. Steadfast, Chicken Man. Well, of course, I got to say Chicken Man first. He's the man that carries it all together with all of his feathers every week. Alexander Enki in Spanish, Kano in French, and Into the Inno in Korean. I believe that is everybody tonight. And the Cranky Ducklings. How can I forget the Ducklings? My man Late doing one on the Cranky Duckling stream as well. Wait, I don't see Chicken Man on TL.net. I gotta message him. Chicken Man needs some views, ladies and gentlemen. Anish is covering this on TikTok. Hello, everybody from TikTok on different streams anyway. He's probably bouncing around like he did before. Sadly, Nathanius couldn't make it tonight. He was going to. He just wasn't feeling good at the end. But we got some really good games. I have a feeling there's going to be upsets galore tonight. Oh, Ranger versus Scarlet. Okay. All right. Dark, wait. All right, so we're gonna get Scarlet versus Ranger, I guess. Ranger versus Scarlet. We'll let second go. Man, lots of good games. All right, let's see what we got here.
Giddy up.
Thanks for the follow, Oilburs. All right, Scarlet is here. Ranger 2-0 BK. All right, we're going to do Ranger versus Scarlet. We are going to stay on this one. I'm glad. I was going to give it to you. Like my your shirt looks like a color theme from a Home Story Cup. Well, it's actually my artwork. It's my regular stream scene background pretty much, but a little different. I changed things up. I need to update my merch, and actually I have my Princeton University mark, and guys, exclamation mark merch if you want any of my shitty artwork on shirts, hats, mugs, stickers. Stickers are a hella good deal if you like my shitty artwork. All right, anyway, spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, going 14 gas extractor trick, representing Shopify Rebellion in the red. Give it up for Scarlet. And her opponent in the upper left, representing, I forgot what his team is. I gotta ask him after. INF. It is 1NF. It is Ranger, my buddy. Ranger is also a streamer. He's like a Masters 1 low GM Korean. Actually, he's from Malaysia. Protoss player. And he's a really nice guy. Pretty solid player. It would be an upset to beat Scarlet. He's going Nexus first. What a madman. All right, this is what we're going to see. It's a Nexus first against basically the Eric build, kind of. Yeah, it's an Eric build. So she did do a 15 hatch into pool, into gas. Different than the old school 15 hatch, then gas, then pool, which is like what I do when I'm cheesing a Zerg. Very cool stuff. She's definitely doing what we would call the Eric build now. That's very much in the meta. And unfortunately, Ranger kind of playing on the edge here. He's going to see that the hatch is going to finish earlier. I'm pretty sure Ranger knows what this is. Or has an idea of what's to come. There are other things you can do, obviously, but still. We follow the Queen Starlet, Bruno. Yeah, Scarlet do be pretty good. She do be a personal favorite of mine, too. Actually, a lot of players are. I don't know Scarlet that well, personally, myself. A lot of the players, I got to know many more over time, but she's starting to get to know me a little, for at least as a tournament admin. But she do be one of my favorites as a player, for sure. Realistically, Uncle Dave loves all his buddies in Starcraft. Let's be real here. they may annoy the hell out of me from time to time. They used to pull some crap more. I'm not going to mention names, but we've had some drama on stream from players trying to get special treatment randomly and random things.
Hey,
Patches!
who wants to have some fun?
Guys, it's my boy's Patches. Please give him a follow. Thank you for the raid, Patches. We just did a best of 7 last night, just for shits, on stream. He's a Masters 3, Masters 2 Terran player on NA, and a really good kid. And he's a map maker, guys, so support the StarCraft 2 map makers. Give him a follow. I'm going to actually shout you out myself because he's a long-time friend. We can call him a Dave fan, but he's just a bud. I ain't nobody special. I'm too old for this shit, but here I am doing it anyway. Anyway, we have a couple queens coming down. Scarlet possibly shifted it up, but I don't know. She's doubling down on this by going with the gas, and we'll see what happens from here. Got a Twilight and a Robo from Ranger. I kind of like this, though. It's so ballsy of Ranger. Is he going for a fast third? He's like going the hero build with no Oracle. I used to do some stuff similar to this in the past. What is his plan? He's out greeting. Is he misreading this and thinking Scarlet's being super greedy? Maybe she's not going to be as cheesy after all. She's actually going to macro pretty good. The Stalker's going to hold him. Oh no, the Stalker's out of position. Warp gate's not done. Oh, the Adept's just out of position. Ranger, not like this. He's going to kill the Overlord. It's going to be a Blink Stalker. Oh no, he was going for Blink. All this to hide the tech. Because he's going for... Oh, that's so unlucky. He went to kill the Overlord and Adept, a Zealot, and a Stalker. Walk into a bar. They get surrounded by Zerglings. Not what you like to see, folks. Oh, my gosh. Welcome, Boy Greaves. This is... That was a travesty. 5 probes go down, but guess what? He's got a fast third. Scarlet on 3 base saturation, but Ranger, he's about to have extra probe production, so... I don't think it's super consequential in a way. As long the scary things, the queens, the injects, the 4th base going down for Scarlet earlier. And thanks for the follow, Yelvin, Yevlin. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. We do appreciate it here. Anyway, that being said, Scarlet adapted pretty well going into Roaches, but this is Blink Stalkers. Maybe she's anticipating resonating glaives or something. She definitely knows. Oh, I love this double sentry wall. Are we watching SOS right? Or not SOS. Oh my god, I can't believe I said SOS in this. Are we watching stats right here? 3 sentries and stalkers. Thank you for the follow, Boy Greaves as well. By the way. Imagine thinking of stats and actually saying SOS. For those of you that don't know, SOS happens to be like probably my favorite Protoss strategist of all time. He's probably the best Protoss strategist of all times, realistically, but some would argue. But I digress. That was pretty hilarious. Alright. Well, Scarlet's push is going to be scouted by the hallucinated Phoenix, and he's got plenty of energy with Phoenixes. What he doesn't have is a lot of production. Another Immortal coming, but only 2 more gates not actually online. It's actually just 3. Oh, no. No, it's 4 gates. That's it. 4-gate blink, basically. Sentries will help, but you know what? Corrosive Bile's good unit. He has a lot of shield batteries. I like the fact that he's building a 4th, but he just doesn't have a lot of units. And 36 Zerglings coming in. Force Field's going to kind of narrow the choke, but the Lings already get in. That's not going to be the greatest for him as the sentries get surrounded. The Roach Rab pushing in. 2 Big Daddy Immortals are here, but the problem is they're fighting the Lings. They're not attacking the Roaches, and one is surrounded completely. That's a 360 surround on one. Can the other survive? Corrosive Bile's hitting the shield battery, and everything's prevented from all that extra help from the shield batteries. The probes are forced to fight in the action. Warp Prism coming out, but GG is called, and Scarlet's going to take game number 1. Very well done. Damn! My boy Ranger getting bullied here. All right. All right, Sewer Badger wants to... Anakitos is going to have to call it, too. All right, let's see here. Anakitos Mavi has to bail. And let's go. Should be a banger of game number 2. I'm hoping Ranger can pull something out and give us a game number 3. We do like those upsets here, the Dave stream at least. Sometimes we like a good old curb stomping, but that was actually kind of a cool game. Considering the fact that Ranger not only took Nexus first, he went for a super fast third. That was pretty crazy stuff against the build Scarlet was doing, and she ended up just playing it on macro. It was pretty wild. They lived together, and I didn't know that. Spawning in the bottom right-hand side of Gressvan. In the red, representing Shopify Rebellion. She's a bit of a rebel herself. Doing a cheeky opener and not actually really cheesing. Give it up for Scarlet in red. And her Protoss opponent and former housemate, apparently, in the blue. Give it up for one NF. This Ranger. Latest Diablo 4 beta was there. Legendary Kramer. This Scarlet can smell greedy Protoss. That was just... I mean, she knew what was up after, but she could have probably just ended him, to be honest, earlier. Ultimately, that's how it played out. But truthfully, that Stalker being out of position really did hurt Ranger a little bit more. If you guys remember, he sent the Overlord. If he's going Blink, he might as well have just tipped his hat, because it still could look like it's 4 gates and a Twilight researching. Scarlet knows timings very well as a random player herself, but still, even pros, when you're doing Twilight research and you have gas saturation and da-da-da-da-da, it could be a lot of things. I might actually message Ranger about that after. To see his thoughts. Like, that would be a time, in my eyes, I feel like it would be worth not... Like, I was criticizing the previous games with Mondo in Nightmare. About not denying the scout, but when you're doing something like Blink Stalkers and you're playing greedy, let him scout. Keep him guessing. Be Protoss, you know? Sometimes it do gotta be like that. If you're gonna be playing extra greedy, you can actually do a plot twist and tech switch. If you can hold the bullshit. Anyway, it's looking to be a Stargate opener. We don't see Warp Gate being researched, and we have a probe that's actually just sitting here. Alright guys, say hello to Peter the Probe. He's just standing watch. He's a supervisor of the gas mining probes. And he is going Stargate, as I said. First Adept coming out, no Warp Gate just yet. And we'll see what happens. Cheese the Protoss. All right, behind the Scarlet. Unfortunately, she's not cheesing the Protoss. She's off gas completely, but it's looking to be more of a macro game. She's just droning, building queens, getting metabolic boost. And if anybody has good Oracle defense, it's Scarlet. She has ways of handling with oracles that a lot of players just simply can't do without even using a spore. It's pretty impressive. So I'm hoping we can see some fun stuff. Basically, what I'm getting at is she just goes all queens, no spores sometimes, and that actually puts her in a pretty good spot. But she's a terrifying Zerg to play against for a lot of players. So it looks like it's going to be the hero build, possibly. Yeah, it's one or wait. Warp Gate's just going down. He's only going one Oracle? Ranger always has some cheeky plays. And I kind of like this. It's different. I want to see what he does with his gas bank. He's starting to get more. Is he going to go right into Twilight? Oh, he's going for a Void Ray. Okay. Plot twist, folks. He's going for a Void Ray. So he's going to go kill some Overlords and have that out and deny some scouting. And here he is getting his double gas saturation behind this. It is going to be a link hammer for Scarlet for a bit. Stasis Ward is activated, but it is going to be shot down by 3 queens. The Lynx, funnily enough, are trapped behind the minerals, so they can't attack it. But it doesn't matter. 3 queens are going to out DPS the Stasis Ward finishing. All right, Creep Tumor is getting placed down. We'll see what happens from here. Lynx going around the sides, kind of dancing around like a bunch of weirdos. Wait, do I have to... Oh, I have ESL Pro Tour on. Guys, I have to fix this. Bear with me. When we're done with this game, I need to ask for a minute before we immediately jump into something. I forgot to put on the KSL logos. Mamma mia. I'll ruin my VOD for YouTube. Guys, take a look at my YouTube, by the way. Link, Adept's going to get cleaned up here. If you want to see this and other casts, exclamation mark YouTube. And the link spam here in chat every so often anyway. Always looking for new subscribers. And I do have plans of trying to make a cartoon finally. I've been talking about it forever. Actual voice-acted cartoon. With some friendos. So I think my YouTube's going to be more than just StarCraft content. And I do have some other plans for Reality Dave streamer coming up here in the future. Outside of just ladder and tournaments. Chat has been wanting quick cooking streams for some times and some other stuff. Well, you never know what you're going to get. Alright, anyway, 4th base going down. A good 553. Scarlet's kind of playing it safe, saturating with extra gases. Going into muscular augment, so it's going to be a Hydra Ling push. Scarlet do like that. Kind of like... Scarlet's Hydra Ling push reminds me a little bit of Mio's. Mio Micah, that is. Who sadly couldn't play today. The king of the sea himself. Oracle will take its... Oh god, that Oracle gets bodied. Depth's going out with the Queens and Creep. It's kind of a weird game because of it. It's going to be a Mortal Archon charge. A lot doesn't follow up, but it's Hydras. Mortal's not so good against Hydras. Chargelets are going to be for a bit, but Augment's being done. Means Groove Spines will finish quicker. Baneling now's coming. Scarlet might have all the tools she needs to end this. So really what we need is a Robo Bay before this, in my eyes. To kind of transition to Disruptor and Colossi. Obviously, Storm's good for a while, but yeah, I said the Temple Archives, he didn't get Storm, though. And the Changeling is going to see this. All right, that being said, Ranger not taking his gases. He's going for an early 4th base as well. So yeah, he did. I mean, he kind of opened hero-esque, but it was literally 1 Oracle and then a Void Ray after the 3rd. I kind of like that, though. It's a little different. And it's almost more to keep your opponent guessing and maybe make them think you're going into Sky Toss, which is possibly part of the reason for Hydras. But Hydras do be pretty good. Look at them now. See, the damage point change, the buff. They're just so zippy now. You can literally stutter step Hydras. They're not as OP as the first patch, which was funny. Like when they were doing the PTR, the PTR test server, that shit was actually hilarious. Zealot's gonna go try to get a flank on the side. But Scarlet is going to react. Oh, she actually pulls her whole control group back to deal with them for a second. But you know what? This is going to hit like a sucker punch. It's only a couple Zealots trying to run around. Scarlet sees them. They're not going to get anything done. It is kind of getting her attention away. There's only going to be some zealots here. One Archon being morphed, the Immortals, and Mortal Stetries and Storm. We do have Storm now, so we don't have +2 on the way for our Protoss, though. Scarlet immediately going into +2 melee, which is pretty nice. Oh, high ground vision for the Void Ray. Oh, he needs to see this. Okay, a couple Banelings to go down immediately. Yeah, okay. All of those Banelings are coming. Scarlet has so many Banelings. A Stalker on the side going to catch it. No, no. Big Daddy Immortal almost would be a huge investment, or well worth the investment if it tanked all those Banes, but if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, you know what the rest of it. It'd be Christmas to your mom. What? I don't know, I just made up some Rickyism right there on top of an old saying. Big words and my brain doing the thinkings. Alright, here we go. You know what, guys? Worst case Ontario. Ranger's just gonna throw his zealots away. Had to be said, folks. Does he have enough storms to hold this? The Lings and Banes on the side chewing away at some of this. Probes falling behind it. The base looks in jeopardy. Archon's desperately trying to be morphed, but those Hydras are just doing too good. A Void Ray and an Immortal's trying to do the work with a Sentry. And, well, the Archon just finished up to another Immortal. All they're going to do is tank, but they can't really deal with as many Hydras now with the Lings coming as well. One Archon's not enough to deal with the 4th base falls. 13 workers falling as well. GG is called. Scarlet takes it.
Giddy up.
Oh, Dark was like, I think Dark was mad I didn't catch him. Thanks for the follow. Masala. Let's see who we have next, folks. That was a bit of a banger. And where did we make it to? That was the round of 16. So, Astrea versus Gumiho is going on. Dark versus Firefly. Solar versus Nightmare. And Classic is looking to go on to it. Wait, Inno and... Is Inno and Patches really going on still? Thank you guys. All right, guys. Homegrown Red Ghost, indeed. Indeedy-dee-dee-doo. Guys, Dark, I have to do a little tournament adminning at the moment. Dark has an issue. Looks like I might need some Google translating. Okay, Firefly's bailing. Trying to get a hold of Firefly. No, dude, your games were awesome. I didn't mean to be critical. Right now, 10 minutes? Okay. I'm trying to get a hold of Firefly. We have a 15-minute walkover. If Firefly doesn't show up in 4 minutes, it's going to be a walkover, folks. Ranger, thank you. I didn't know you and Scarlet were roommates. I feel like I was living under a cave. Torchion started learning Russian salt words so he can translate it, but you giving up? And thank you for playing, Ranger. Oh, yeah, family yeah, you were telling me you were having some family stuff going on, and we hope everybody's okay. Hopefully things are going good now. Yeah, that's good. If Firefly doesn't show up, it's a walkover. Yeah, Firefly's about to get a walkover in just 2 minutes. All right. Okay, Dark. I'm going to be with Chicken Man in the finals. Hell yeah. My man, Montana. Let's fucking go. Okay, Dark left the party. All right, we'll leave party. Looks like everybody's going to Scarlet and stuff. Damn, I hope somebody's got... Nobody... We had Gumiho Estrella. I would have loved to seen that. Lots of good shit going on. Into the Inno just... Okay, he just got beat by Classics. There's Classic and Scarlet. Chicken Man's going on that one. Dark and Firefly. I'm getting Gumiho Estrella and Solar and Nightmare. Okay, so we're gonna do. I gotta put it in dark versus a firefly. A lot of the casters, we're missing a lot of games. All right, we're waiting for Dark and Firefly here. Okay. Wait, okay, we're gonna go to Gumiho and Dark. Oh. Yeah, we're staying on our series. It's Dark versus Firefly. As much as I'd love to get Estrella versus Gumiho, they had a 1-0, and Estrella's favor was it, or was it the Gumiho's? I got confused because there's a lot of lobbies. I'm the only caster on Dark versus Firefly, so I think I'm going to stay with this. That's why. Sadly, that's a good series. Kano and French and Sewer Badger, who played, decided we allowed him to cast when we have space for it. I have to explain to him a bit more on it too in there. But this is a fresh series, guys. And we got a little PVZ again, spawning in the upper right-hand corner of Ancient Cistern in the red. Give it up for Dragon Kitesy Gaming's Dark. And his opponent in the bottom left. He's blue. He's Protoss. Give it up for SSLT's Firefly. Why am I drawing a blank to what it is? Oh, that's right. I'm getting old, folks, and it's been a long week. It's a Friday. And I couldn't think of a better way to spend this Friday than hanging out with you guys in chat and watching some amazing Korean Starcraft. Guys, if you want to help out, please be a legend. See those links that just came in? Hit the one that says Matcherino or type exclamation mark Matcherino and press claim code. It will add 25 cents to the prize pool for free. You just link an account and it will boost the prize pool up. We have several codes remaining. We do appreciate it, but it goes directly to the players. Matcherino does take some fees, so it does help out in the prize pool. Or if you have a few bucks kicking around and want to help them out, that would be great. But more importantly, consider becoming a KSL patron. This is a community-funded tournament. I would do more, but right now I can't at the moment. But I mean, I myself am a $50 patron. And with it, you get all the replays. You know, chat, technically, if they wanted to make the Sentry better, they could make it like the Disruptor where you could that's hilarious. That would be an interesting change, actually, for PvP. That would actually be an interesting change. I'm all about spicing stuff up. I think the game could use some weird changes even now. But, you know, sadly at this point, don't think so. All right. All right, we're going to have a little saturation. It is a metabolic first opener from Dark. Very in the meta, but Dark's been doing this a lot of time, or for a long time. And I have a feeling he's not going to rush. Oh, Dark's actually playing it pretty standard. I think he's actually going to go for his third hatch at a pretty normal time for a metabolic opener. That said, Firefly doesn't have anything out just yet. He didn't chrono the Adept. I wonder if Firefly's okay, because he was a little late. He almost got walked over entirely. And luckily for him, he has to play Dark right now, but it is the round 8. So everybody in the round of 8, if they lose, they still get $20 minimum. So keep that in mind, chat. And that's why it's important we use the codes. What's up, Reza and Flapjack? Flapjack, do you want to hop in voice with me for a series? I'm definitely doing the finals with Chicken Man. If you would like to. Flapjack could be a caster on this. Like, some of these guys, I gotta tell them, like, as much as I love you guys in chat, Sewer Badger be like, let cast, and, you know, I understand. I'm all about supporting people in casting and stuff, but we do have people that have some, you know, deserved and reserved spots, obviously. You're about to get some wings. Wings, nice. Reza, how are you doing, by the way, too? All right. You know, we have a game going on, guys. I was just informed by my screen that an Oracle did fly into a Spore, but got 2 drones and a Queen at that. Did take a little bit of hull damage. Dark's looking everywhere for proxies and Oracle patterns. Pretty wild stuff. It's a pretty standard opener from Protoss, though. Just going for another Oracle. Going into a Phoenix, though. I kind of like this. So it is a double Oracle play into a Phoenix. Is he actually going to go Sky Toss? That's the question. So far, no extra gas is being taken. Not really heavy into probe production. Dark going with a lot of lings, but these 2 Oracles are going to help defend them away. The Adept kind of shading elsewhere. Pulsar Beam isn't active. Oh! Okay, these 2 Adepts are going to help out to defend. We do have the Twilight coming right behind us. Phoenix is going to go try to look for Overlords, but Dark only has 1 on that side of the map. Ain't no thing, Chicken Wing. Little shout out to Chicken Man there from Flapjack from the Wings. I actually debated it. I ended up eating Taco Bell the 2nd time this week today, and I really, really regret it. All right, that being said, Oracle's pushing on out. Firefly's playing pretty cautiously. He's not, you know, we certainly see more Protoss players be a little too aggressive. He's taking some hull damage, but he's not able to find too much. Dark's got 2 good defense. Going into a Hydra Den, by the way, on 3 bases. So he's going for Hydras. Blink Stalker is the follow-up for Mr. Firefly, just getting his Robo right now. Hassle for me too. How you doing? In theory, Taco Bell always sounds good. It's random times when you want it, and then almost every time you have regret from eating it, for whatever reason. Like, it does. I don't know. It doesn't usually. It didn't used to bother me as much, but it's usually on. I always make the worst times. Like, after a night of drinking, I'll be like, let's get Taco Bell. It's a worse. That's a brilliant idea. Said no human being ever. It's a lot of sentries. Interesting play from Firefly. Sentries do be pretty good, but the Hydra follow-ups where it gets interesting. If it's just Ling Hydra, though, sentries can be very effective. But that said, you need something to kill the Hydras, actually. But you can definitely segment them off, especially before Groove Spines are done. And that's the important thing. The Hydra's getting in position. More Lings coming. And Muscular Augments is coming soon. No Stasis Wards. Oh, gosh, the sentries are kind of trapping themselves in with the Adepts, creating a natural boundary. But the rest of this is going to fall. Some Stalkers being morphed in. There's not a lot of production. A Robo Bay behind this. That was a pretty comical Pulsar Beam. Pulsar Beam is going to kill one of the Hydras, so that's 1 less to go. Sentry's kind of hanging on by a thread. The Oracle does ultimately fall, so that's the last one. Shield Battery is not going to have more energy. I don't think he has any energy. Well, yeah, battery overcharge isn't available. It was used up just before, so we'll see what happens from here. Probe's being pulled, and we'll see what kind of fights we got going on as Firefly desperately tries to hang on by a thread. Dark doesn't have a lot of workers. He's going all in pretty much. I mean, he's not technically all in, but it's very committed push. But there's not a lot of Firefly, and he's already lost 22 probes in this assault. A very nasty timing attack from Dark. In a way, it does feel a little bit of a build order counter. I would have liked to seen something other than this entry into Blink Stalker. GG's called, and Dark takes it after the Stargate follow-up. What's disappointing quality? I forgot. Oh, Taco Bell. Ha. What's up with my fucking... Oh. Damn late. Oh, I forgot to do this. Alright, I need to change my mods file. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been casting with the ESL Pro Tour on, which I usually got in the habit of in the past, but I need to do this ESL. Ah, here we go. I finally have the KSL logos on that I got going, and now I can't think of it. How you doing, Cog883? Guys, if you're new here, ladies and gentlemen, smash that follow button, please, and thank you. Goddamn light son of a bitch. I need to get a few. That's what's fully causing it. It's definitely not that. Fuck it. I guess I'm gonna be a little less lit. So be it. Alright, here we go. And we are on to Gresvan. Spawning in the bottom right-hand corner in the red, representing Dragon Kitesy Gaming. It's everybody's favorite slimy Zerg, Mr. Dark. And his opponent in the upper left, representing SSLT. Give it up for Firefly in the blue. It actually had a pretty cool build. It felt like a little bit of a build order counter. I like the build against a lot. But Ling Hydra with the timing like that, I don't know. Dark has all sorts of cheeky plays in his book. Well, looks like Mr. Firefly is going to force Dark to take the triangle third. Kind of annoying. So he's getting something done right off the rip. See what happens from here. Alrighty. Standard opener from Protoss. Nothing too cheeky. We got an Overlord Scout going to the Pervert Pillar. Being a naughty boy. Peeking over the... You know... Peeking over the Protoss blinders, trying to get a naughty look at the probes. This should be called Naughty Lords. You know, I'm doing it. These are going to be called the Naughty Lords now. The first Overlord that goes to a Pervert Pillar is now the Naughty Lord, guys. That's going to be my thing from now on. You know I'm going to forget that tomorrow. But if I do remember, this is going to be the Dave Stream thing. The Naughty Lord.
Hey, who wants to have some fun?
Team Gosu. I'm assuming it's Gildan. Thank you for Gildan. It is Gildan. Thank you for the raid and the 14 months in a row.
That you just blew your mind.
My boomer brother from another mother.
Just subscribed.
Between Gildan and Farrell, another boomer brother of mine. I hope you guys had a good stream. How was the what were you casting today? I knew you had the Mio match before and some of the other stuff. You've been keeping busy. Guys, make sure you give Team Gosu a follow. If somebody could shout them out for me, please and thank you. 2v2 random partner? Nice, just having fun. Hell, I'll do it for you, Gildan. Guys, make sure you give Gildan a follow. Oh, shout out to my mistake to Team Gosu. But you can also follow... Oh, fuck. Whatever. In a minute, if somebody feels kind enough, please do that. See what happens when I'm doing it when I'm supposed to be casting. This is Stargate opener again from Firefly, pretty standard. Dark actually getting pretty much the same build, a little bit delayed to his third hatch. That actually it may have been from that probe. I didn't see it because I was too busy shouting out. Anyway, Adapt and Warp Gate are following up. Looking pretty textbook Protoss opener here. Oracle coming second at depth, and he's going to finish his wall. You definitely want to finish your wall against Dark. That do be a smart decision. Dubious Dark. Speaking of which, that what a name for Dark would that have been? I've called him the Dastardly Dark before, I'm pretty sure, but never heard the Dubious Dark. He's kind of a shady character, you might say. All right, anyway, that being said, Lings are going to go buy the Korean Starcraft League logo. There we go. I actually got it fixed. We don't have the ESL Pro Tour right now. This is the Korean Starcraft League. Made possible by wonderful people like you guys. And Skatu, Vlad, and Chad Mandu. Our top patrons. Alrighty, let's see what we got going on here. Second hatch does finish, and yeah, we got a layer on the way for Mr. Dark. This Oracle did take a lot of damage earlier on, so get a little aggressive. And let's take a look. Roll for 2 drones. This time it was not quite as worth because he took a lot more hull damage. He's under 50%. Has to be careful. Oh, is engaging by the Spore. Well, luckily for him, the other Oracle does eat the damage. Oh, but what's he doing? He's getting greedy. Oh, the Oracle lives with just 7 HP. All right, very well done by Firefly. He only gets a few drones. Dark with some good defense, but still, nonetheless, it was a little sloppy. I think somebody was getting a little trigger happy with those pulsar beams, wanting to get some really good damage potential. That said, a lot of the energy's gone for pulsar. He does have a 3rd Oracle and a couple units. I like the double pylon. Okay, so now that stats is back, guys, I've been seeing more and more of this. We're starting to see double pylons come back again, though this is a little questionable. I guess it could buy you some surface area and repower, you know, some stuff, but you can't really hide the adepts in the nook. That said, 1 Stalker's all that's going to be there to hold it. 3 Oracles pushing back out. We have a Nidus from Dark. Hello, it's going to be Lings and Queens going into Nidus, into the face, into the base of a none the wiser Firefly. Oh, wait, never mind. It could be a double Nidus. Though in Dark, it's, you know, there's going to be more than 1 Nidus. Let's be real here. He's got an Overlord right here. Dark's just like, JK, mofo. Well, he's got a lot of Queens coming too. We have Blink, a far cry on the way. I just think there's nothing here to hold this. The second night is coming. This is in vision, but you know what? There's nothing to really hold here. The Sentry, the Adepts, all at the front. They're all beautiful force field. I don't think it's going to be enough. Everything's pressured. The other knight is going to finish up over here. Maybe you didn't see it. We do have some units in position here, I guess. On paper, it could work. But you're going Blink against Mass Ling Queen. Oh, the Queen's going to, man, this is greasy. Greasy. As Bubbles would say from the Trailer Park Boys, as the Stargate and the Pylon fall. Shield Battery going to try to hold, but against 7 Queens, I don't think that's going to do much. Somehow, miraculously, this survives, but it's all a debate. It's a trap, as General Akbar would say, as the Lings and Queens make a devastating blow into the main base. Oh, I love this Stalker, though. He segments off some of the Zerglings, buying some time, but the Queens making their way in. More Lings is coming in from a double Nidus into the main base. The Oracle still survived for a bit, but they don't have the energy. One does, but it's just not enough. The Queens are just going to overtake this on the side. The third base being pressured, and there's just too much Dark everywhere. Very cool game, though. Dark is just full all in, building another Nidus. Creep Hoovers being spewed right on the base. Somehow the Cybernetics Core was an important attack, but Dark's just kind of hitting everywhere. He's hitting all 3 bases at all three different positions, and there's just not enough Protoss units. Firefly's doing as good as he possibly can, truthfully, from the build order he went. I'm honestly impressed that Firefly has created any kind of longevity in this game. Every freaking 10 seconds that have gone by have literally been about the best he could do. And he knows if he can hold this, he basically just wins the game somehow. If he doesn't lose structures, it's a lot of ifs. But in this case, truthfully, he's still in a game if he can take this out. There is no, well, he lost the Oracles, so there's no way to clear the creep right now. There's no robotics facility. This creep spread's going to continue on from Dark, annoyingly. The Nidus in the front still there, And, well, I guess this is going to be dealt with. So we still have a game, though Dark's leading economically. He's just going to take a 4th base. Went ahead, stay ahead. But let's look at the trades. A Stargate was... Yeah, the Stargate was even killed. But you know what? To lose... Truthfully, that was a sick fucking hold from our Protoss player, considering the build. And I love this. He's going to take a 4th. Dark, meanwhile, going into a infestation pit and getting 1-1. So Dark didn't attack behind this. Yeah, he's going to catch up faster. But we do have a Twilight. I would have liked to see Charge go behind this. Like, that's about all he can do. Charge and upgrades. He does have +1 ground weapons. Obviously, he hasn't been able to... He's got to focus on minerals, I guess, first, but he needs some tech. The robotics facility, a necessary evil, if you will. It's not really an evil, it's smart, and he needs an observer at the least to clear up creep. He is going into charge in +2, but this is 1-1 melee and carapace from Dark, going with a macro. This is like textbook Dark right here. What makes it better than just going for a 4th when you're already ahead a bit? You're going to get a macro hatch, and he's going to be like, all right, we're going to give a little pause. And guess what? He's going to go in full-on assault mode. This isn't going to be like a 80+ worker Dark, I don't think. I think this is going to be a round 2 fight pretty soon. And now it's a ticking time bomb. Protoss is also delayed in tech too. And he didn't get anything there. I guess, realistically, there were some spores. But he really needed to be thinking about comeback stuff too. It's kind of hard. He held, but now it's about holding his base. There's so many lings over here. Photon cannon and battery scaring this away for a bit. But realistically, it's just a ruse. There are Zerglings up here fighting. Hallucinated Colossus to give some high ground vision and scare Dark away. He might go, what the deuce? There's a Colossus? I had creep everywhere. There's no shot this was the case. 1 creep tumor, funnily enough, over here. Okay, he's going to get cleaned up. That's the end of the creep in the main base of Firefly. Firefly is able to secure this base for the moment. We do have charge coming. We have a second robotics facility in a robo bay. Adrenal glands coming for Dark. And, yeah, he's just hammer on the link key. Probably going Ling and faster. We don't see a Baneling Nest either, to my knowledge. Oh, no, he does. He did get the Baneling Nest already. That is correct. He didn't get centrifugal hooks, though. What a crazy game. Honestly, this is... I'm so happy we got this series. This is a good one. All right. I do get a little lag from time to time, guys, but we'll see. Pilly, say something about Pilly Pilly. I will. It was his birthday yesterday, guys. Guys, if you see Pilly Pilly streaming right now, go on to his stream and tell him happy belated birthday. I did wish him a happy birthday. And he will very likely say based after. All right. I'm actually just insanely impressed with Firefly. He's up to 76 workers. Not only did he hold Dark, gonna get even more ahead though. He's gonna take another base, but guess what? When a Protoss is on 4 base saturation too and into tech, keeping up on upgrades a bit, he needs to go right into +3. But he's doing as good as he can. He's going in. I like the Colossus. He sees it's all Ling Bane. There's gonna be Ultras. He's gonna need Immortals, honestly. Blink Stalkers will work. He's gonna go Mass Colossus, but he's gonna need something to contend with this. He doesn't have the ability to make Archons. When you don't have that many Ultras, the guys Blink Stalker could do in a pinch. But the fact that he's double robo, he could technically get units out. Oh, I love that micro from Firefly. He blinks behind the warping and Zealots, buying him time, picking off reinforcing Lings in the meantime. Colossi, oh, actually taking a lot of damage, but guess what? Battery overcharge is activated right in time. Nice save. We do have some sentries with this army. Oh, another awkward Colossi offline, but you know what? It doesn't matter. There's another one to join it. All right, that being said, Disruptors are coming out. Problem is, it's going to be Ultras, like I said. We got Smultralisks on the map. Who also forgot that they, yeah, you know, from time to time, it's little things you forget, even if you watch Starcraft all the time. They had the size reduction in Ultras, and every so often they don't. I love this hallucinated Oracle, just something to get some vision, and it has speed, but oh no, this could be a full surround. Or is this just a debate? Okay, we have the ability for force field. The Ultras are going to be able to crash on through the force fields. The Colossi are in trouble. That's the scariest thing. He needs these Colossi to fight all the Lings. Firefly doing some good maneuvers here. He needs a micro. There's one Colossi in the back, front, back. Oh, does save it. So only 2 Colossi remain. It's double immortal production already. We do have Ultra Speed coming in, +3 melee on the way. Our Protoss player did forget +3 ground weapons, though. That do be pretty good when you have a Zerg that went Carapace as well. He's going to need some upgrades. I wouldn't even hate to see him get shields right now, or it's going to be weird, but being that he's going to robo-heavy comp, getting armor for something that's more cost-effective and research is quicker than +3 ground weapons. But 6 drones fell behind it. I think a little charge lot run by somewhere, but now they're equal on workers, but Dark has so many hatcheries. Pylon is going to go down. Doesn't really matter too much, but at the same time, he needs everything he can. Dark doesn't really have that big of a bank either, comically. Okay, we got some High Templar out. We have some Archons out. We have Immortals out. We've had that tech shift and pathogen glands being researched by Dark. Very, very cool stuff. Let me take a look at my Discord in case the players... I'm just noticing some things that lead me to believe people are missing matches. I would be more than glad to share my screen in a muted Discord call, muted deafened. If you guys want to tell any casters that are looking for a match, they can hop right in at least for the end. Because this game's still going. Wouldn't hate to see Firefly take a 5th base, to be honest. He should have... It's been hard to defend and everything. He's done so many remarkable things. But I wouldn't mind seeing him to take this 9-ish, I guess, 9 o'clock base. Whatever it may be. Oh my god, he's letting these gates fall, but guess what? He comes behind, he splits off some of the army. The Archon, Stalker, Immortal, Powerhouse is coming in. Ling's pushing and attacking over here. Zealot's kind of awkwardly not fighting. And that being said, ooh, we have an exposed War Prism. That's a lot of queens from Dark! I think this War Prism is going to go down. No, Dark's worried about the run-bys. Gets a Baneling bust, kills the Cybernetics core. Oh, no, he lost the Cyber core. And guess what? Oh. I was going to say, is that going to live or die? 22 workers just fell. Very sad for Firefly. He lost those Colossi earlier, so that was a bit of sag. The Bane bust from Dark that I missed. Dark's just everywhere. This game's crazy. It's gonna sound weird, but Firefly did have a moment where he had some time where he could have tried to eke out another base. And the other reason is comically when you're like in these situations, it can buy you time for a lot of things. But you know what? That's just so much. This is a powerhouse Zerg army. Only Dark will give you that kind of play right there. GG, and Dark takes it in a very, very cool 2-0. Yeah, he was pretty dead, but Firefly still an incredible job. Yeah, he did have exactly. That was so many queens. That was just, those were some crazy fights, but that is incredible that Firefly did that well. All right, so Dark, Gumi Ho. Solar and Classic ongoing on the other side of the semifinals. We're going to go Dark versus Gumi God. Indubitably. Be time for a new one. And just waiting for the players to veto. I'm going to take just a moment. Oh. Guys, I just need a minute. And I am back. All right, so again, consider becoming a patron for KSL. It is how we fund these things. As of now, we have. And also there's between Skatu and Vlad, they've been hard carrying, and we want to help make it so this is funded on just low dollars from everybody. People got $5 laying around a month. Can go to help this tournament continue on, and guess what? We kept it as it was. This could continue on for a while. We currently... Why is this not showing it? Okay. Little glitch. I'm not seeing it for some reason, just a Chrome glitch here. But anyway, we're about $3,000 in the patron. It's been maintained there, so we're set up for a 5,000 plus larger tournament this summer. After all the, ESL Masters, GSL events, etc. It's hard planning Starcraft tournaments right now, interestingly enough. I'm very thankful we have these guys, and I'm the only caster on this one on the lower bracket semifinals, or actually the upper bracket. That's the upper bracket semifinals. Look at this guy. Everybody's on the Solar Classic side, which honestly, that's a banger series too, but somebody's got to do the TBZ that doesn't play Terran. And that somebody's got to be Dave. Motherfucking test to smash that fucking follow button, and we got ourselves some goddamn StarCraft coming up here. That's going to melt some freaking face. All right, let's be fucking real here. It's Gumiho and Dark. Whether you're a Protoss player, a Zerg player, or a Terran player, you're gonna like both these guys. And on the same map as we just watched, in the red, representing Dragon Kitesy Gaming, give it up for Mr. Dark with the sinister strategies, and his opponent in the upper left. Some people call him the last mech Terran. Give it up for our blue opponent, Mr. Gumiho, who's currently still teamless, actually. Damn shame. Fun fact. I could have memed and said, the reason why you don't see Dave on Psystorm Gaming is because, I was like, oh, we don't have Gumiho. That's actually the reason. I had to go because, it just didn't seem right. They had too many cheesy Protoss in the team. They got Florencio and Haas and Max Pax. So, it's natural balance. Yo, Dark goes Haas. I'm curious to see. We don't usually see too much mech these days out of Gumiho, funnily enough, but he's brought it back plenty. I've seen it plentifully. Like lately, I know it's not been as prevalent, but for a while there, for a couple of months, we were seeing like every Terran going mech. Just a few months back, once we had the patch, now people changed it because they're like, well, Zerg's been adapting pretty well to it, and we end up in kind of cheeky situation. So we're finally going back to bio. But with Gumiho and Dark, anything's possible. Let's be real, guys. All right, that being said, Triangle Third is going to be scouted out by Gumiho. I like this. He's going to take a look around and poke. Dark going metabolic. I love how he does the same opener against Terran and Protoss. So Zergs, take notes. You don't have to do the textbook standard like I do when I'm trying to play a macro game against Terran. You know, just go for your 2 queens, your 2 lings, and get the 3rd. You can delay it a bit. Dark seems to do it quite often. In fact, see how much he delays it, because you know what the follow-up could be. It's only 1 on gas, though. That don't mean diddly squat. Alright, metabolic boost is on its way. The clock's a-ticking. Gumiho knows Dark likes to be cheeky with his lings, but the lings are going to be able to get away from the Reaper. Reaper not getting a denial. The Queen walking off creep. And Dark, well, yeah, he just left his Queen in his main. Actually, the Reaper almost made it back in. Alright, good decision-making from both of them. Gumiho keeping that Reaper alive. The John Travolta Reaper staying alive, getting some work done. Will it get a drone for his troubles? He will not. Okay. He's venturing onto daring territory, but you know what? Reapers, let's be real, the primary function is to scout nowadays. So it wouldn't be a bad move. That said, these 6 lings are about to get metabolic boost, and there's nothing there to contend. Okay, there's 2 Marines that are out of position. I think these SCVs are as good as dead. Nice cancel from Gumi God. All right, the Marines are out. Do clean up a couple of the lings, but that's about it. So actually, it was only 1 ling. So 2 SCVs for 1 ling. I think that was, yeah, that was entirely worth it. Dark taking the better side of that fight, to say the least. Alrighty, we'll see what we got here, folks. Nice creep spread from Dark, by the way, considering he's not really been too greedy, to say the least, going into a lair. Okay, Gumi God going for stem and a Viking. All right, so he's going 3cc, but not going like a cloaked banshee. Gumiho spicing it up a bit, going for a quick stem, and he's just going 3-1-1 behind it. Okay, I like it. I don't hate the fast stem. And the Viking could totally be a bluff to Dark. He could be thinking elsewhere. Viking looking around for overlords. I hope he actually doesn't do something cheeky like Gumiho would and like try. Oh wait, I mean it could be fun if he does and find some damage, but he's actually going across the map, not looking for an additional overlord. Which with Dark and overlords, that's a scary thought. Let's be real, folks. And I called it. That Viking should be looking on his side of the map. Gumiho is doing what I was hoping he wouldn't. He's gonna go harass with the Viking, right? It makes sense. But when you're playing against a player like Dark, who likes Nidus Worms, and you just basically know it, you have... This literally could be a, as Ghost would say, nothing we could have done better there moment, folks, guys. And that's by no means insulting Gumi God. It's just do be a fact. The Viking is looking for an overlord, but will that Nidus pop before Nidus is going down? The Viking is coming back. The Hellions coming back here too. Marines just chilling in the front. There's not a lot from our... Oh, it's gonna be scouted here. Is it? No, Gumiho just doesn't have the tools to deal with as many queens and lings coming in. The siege tanks coming in. SCV's going to body block the Marines. That's actually so sick. But is it gonna be enough to hold? Oh, so unlucky for poor Gumiho. Oh, damn. And, well, the queens and lings are just overtaken everywhere. Dark's playing a game of whack-a-mole like he's using Swarm Host with no gas. He's literally using speedlings and queens as though it's a game of whack-a-mole, bouncing between each knights and hitting back. Now he's just going to hammer the front line. There is a 3rd CC, so some muling potential is the thing, but realistically with this much pressure, it's hard to get any mining done. Only a couple lings down at the bottom is going to be another issue. Another Nidus pop, and it's now creating a wall in Dark's favor, so it's teleporting Zerg. The Viking forced to land. It's like the heart of the Swarm trailer in this joint. If there was only an Ultralisk and more stage tanks, this literally was reminding me of the HOTS trailer. What a crazy game. Dark's getting so much done. He's not droning behind it. It doesn't matter. Gumi God Why didn't you lift his CC now like this? He still has a second one, but still, I feel like he could have definitely saved that. I mean, he had to contend with everything, and the Overlord still saves. Still stays alive. The Viking is there to contend with it, but he needs everything he can to deal with this. The drops there, the landed Viking trying desperately to get this. Siege tank is going to siege again. One Marine's out. There's just some Marines choked up over here. Not a lot of mining for our Terran player. The drop trying to go back, but the Ling Scout at Dark's just so damn good. It's not just Marines. There's actually siege tank in it as well. Kind of nice if he can land it, but you know what? I don't know if he can. Combat shield is finishing up here in a moment. The siege tank's not fully protected. That's a lot of legs, and the Queens come back. Guess what? Nidus Worm's good unit. Oh, the Warp Prism of Zerg proves to be a strong ally for Dark. Goomy God trying to get some Overlords, maybe trying to get a supply block. Dark somehow manages to go into Roaches behind this. Oh, and Glial Reconstitution and range attacks coming now. I honestly can say it. Guys, I will tell the story again after. So I literally had... my parade was shat on today. Much like Gumiho's base. His natural and his main. When we had a little plumbing situation in my house, and I woke up last night in the middle of, I'd say technically morning time, my time, quite early, to wastewater going down from my ceiling. Luckily not on me. Oh, Mamma Mia. You might say shit happens. And in this case, replace shit with creep, and that was what happened in Gumiho's side of it. Alright, that said, we do have one medevac drop still out. It's about all Goomy God can do. He's going to try to land the Viking. There's Roaches now. It's a Marine tank with no medevac push. Uh-oh. Rutro Raggy. It's a lot of Ravagers and Roaches. He's got to be careful. He's just trying to get anything he possibly can done. And I don't think he's going to be able to get much with this Viking, unfortunately. Even the Viking being kind of needed. He needs anything he can to get some momentum. Losing that natural is rough for him on top of it. But he does have 1-1 stem combat shields. It has some tanks, but he's a little lacking in the medevac department. Oh, no! Speaking of which, the medevac is... actually, they're just a debate, but Gumiho, I think, has forgotten about it. Only one to heal these Marines. The two siege tanks helping, but those Ravages are going to be able to pounce on this eventually. The Roach is getting cleaned up, though. Gumiho doing as good as he can, getting a Queen as well. Does he get the other one? Gets the hatchery, most importantly, I guess. Cleaning up everything, actually. He needs to get as much damage as he can. Oh, so sick. He loses both siege tanks, however. That is a little rough. And I do believe one of the medevacs did fall there. Huh. All right. It's a Roach Rab bust again. Another Knight is coming from Dark. Dark has no chill. And he's just going to push out. Gumiho going back. What the deuce? The crazy moves of Gumiho. Notice how I said Bion almost. Because it's reminding me of some crazy shit Bion would do. Goomy God pulling the crafty strats out in desperation as Dark continues to be a cheeky menace. Corrosive Biles taking out one of the tanks. There's so many Ravagers behind us, but this one tank's putting in God's work. GG is called. Dark takes it, but Gumiho puts on a hell of a show for everybody. Wow. It's not, it wasn't in the ceiling. It was, yeah, my ceiling actually literally came down. A crashing. All right, can Gumiho come back? This is still best of threes until we're into the finals. Sick games tonight. Going on to game number 2. Hope you guys are enjoying it. I'm actually legit enjoying the heck out of these games tonight. Dark is on fire tonight. I'm feeling it. Let's see if we have a surprise. I would love to see a different finalist winner, though, is all I'm going to say. That would mean Classic would have to win. If Classic makes it through, the winner of this series, he has not won yet. But either way, it's not Maru or Beyond just bullying everybody this week. All right, spotting in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood in the red, representing Dragon Kitesy Gaming. Give it up for Mr. Cheeseman, Dark. And his opponent in the upper right, he's blue. Representing himself and everybody that remotely likes mech, give it up for Gumi Ho. Even though there was no mech in the previous game. No proxy racks either. Gumi Ho likes to pull out some proxy racks from time to time. I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but Dark, it's... Proxy racks are always a gamble. But when you're playing against Dark, he has so many pull first, roach pushes, and crazy builds. It's a true coin flip on what you're going to do. And then on the other hand, if it's a map that Dark's looking for him already. Look at this. He knows what's up. He knows where to scout for proxy racks. Then again, Gumiho and proxy racks, where are they actually going to be? So it looks to be a very standard opener from both of them in game number 2 as well. Overlord going to get some information in the main third base. Well, it could be the third. Realistically, you're usually going to take that as your fourth Zerg. In this situation, in a TVZ, ZBT actually in that side. Alright, we got a nice SCV scout from Gumi God. Don't want to get cheap and skip that against Dark, let alone any Zerg. Alrighty. SCV just gonna go back. Alright, just your standard Reaper. You fast expand into a Marine. Dark pulling the Overlord back. And Reaper is out. Is gonna be scouted by the Overlord even. And we'll see what happens. And guys, again, please consider becoming a patron for the Korean Starcraft League. We even got a logo on the map. All high class and bushy ass. You know what I mean? And then there's me to scuff it all up for you. Alright, anyway. Reaper putting in some work. See what happens here. Well, Mr. Reaper is going to live with just probably about 10 HP at the time before heal. Actually, it was 12. I don't think it got its first heal just yet. Third CC going down for Gumiho. He's playing actually a little greedy. Flying his barracks. Guys, guess what this might mean? I think we might be seeing it. Gumiho is like, you're going to cheese me? Bruh. Bruh. You know what's in store when you see this flying barracks, but do we? It's Gumiho. Dark again with a bunch of lings. Okay, he's got the Reaper out too with this cannon. Gumiho take the better fight and clean this up. Sick micro from both, but guess what? He survives. And he's gonna, well, yeah, he's gonna go chase this down. He's gonna send the Reaper back out. Dark playing very standard. I did go metabolic again. I mean, for Dark standard. Wait, builds a Roach War and decides, nope, we're not going Roaches this game. You're going mech. But is this all a ruse? Wait, what the deuce? 3cc, okay. Fusion core, battle cruiser operational. Oh, let's go. Gumi God bringing us some battle cruisers. This is hopefully going to be a banger. Game number 1 was certainly a banger. Nathanius is here in spirit tonight, folks. Guys, any of you that watch Nathanius regularly, I'll try to if I have some time. I've got some things to take care of here. I'm going to be casting OSC tomorrow, the mid-season playoffs, by the way. It's my last cast of the week, and it's going to be my 1,000th stream. I might start it before and mute it during it, but I might bring TTS back in honor of my 1,000th stream. That being said, we may not have Nathanius casting tonight, but Gumi God has channeled him, so maybe Nate can cast the replays one day this week if he wants. I might actually hit him up and be like, yo, Nate, Mr. Nathanius, sir. We got yourself battle cruiser operational. So far it's still not scouted, but these lings are going to penetrate it. And speaking of penetration, More Queens coming. Just a massive assault of Lings. Not much to defend other than a couple of Hellions. Gumiho's taking about as good a fights as he can with the choke point, but he's losing so many SCVs. And you need a big economy for BCs. However, it could be a BC opener. Dark, he's Macaron behind us. That's a scarier point yet. He's going to lose another Hellion. Oh, no, Gumiho does clean it up, but at a cost of, well, these 11 SCVs, some Hellions, and some other stuff. But Dark now just Macaron behind it. Going into Aspire. He has a read. He knows what's up. He's going into Aspire, and he's probably going to go right into Corruptors. I think he deduced that that's a battle cruiser, considering how long that, quote, Banshee took to make. Gumiho is not on Psystorm Gaming anymore. No, he is teamless. Unfortunately. Very good player. One Hellion does go down, and these Lings putting some pressure on. We'll see what happens from here. And now it's all cleaned up. Battle cruiser operational. Look at Dark has too many Queens. Gumiho. Now like this, Gumiho. Does he survive? He does with just 10 HP. The Queens are going to go chase the BC down. He manages to save it. Gets 5 workers with Hellions on the other side. Actually, that was on the assault right here. Does he get an Overlord for his troubles? He had ballsy move because that's a lot of money. And guess what? He doesn't want to overcommit to these because we have the Spire. It's a 3-base. Zerg with a downtrodden Terran. Okay, he's switching it back up. Going into mass factories, but Dark managed to get his Roach Warren down behind this, going into Glial Reconstitution. Gumi's not going to full commit to it. He's not going full send BC, which is smart. We get our mech. TVZ game number 2. Can Gumi come back? Looks like he's in a bit of a rough spot here in terms of trades. It's early on, 11 SCVs for 5 drones, but Dark still not dropping his 4th. He looks like he might try to in a second. Dark could be playing Turtle Zerg. Oh, he's going into Mutus. Okay, interesting. This may catch Gumiho off guard, and actually it's kind of smart because in a way Gumiho's kind of predictable. He's going to anticipate a mech transition, and some mutas could be annoying, but 2 battle cruisers against a small amount of mutas could be just fine. Oh, he cleans up one of the Queens, and it is taking a lot of damage, though, and he's going to teleport the heck back. Yeah, the 4 mutas going to have to fight 1 BC and 2 BC. Where's the second one? Was it the same battle cruiser? No, he has 2. Oh, the second one's going out. No, that's a barracks. Scouter barracks going, oh my god, so many SCVs falling down, but there are 3 CCs down. It's 3 CC to 3 hatch. Dark going into Corruptors and Roaches, but we got Cyclones of the mag field coming out. I actually like that. I mean, it's battle mech, but nonetheless, from what's happening, it's alright. If he baits out these Corruptors, this could go exactly where Gumiho wants it. He's been trying to get some collateral damage, denying a base. Dark with a higher supply cap, slightly. This is a very aggressive game. Muta's actually getting some value here, to say the least. These 3, but the Corruptors and the Muta's going to take down a barracks. Gumi's going to have to drop another one. More missile turrets being dropped. The Infernal pre-igniters going after the mag field accelerators. And it's going to be a full transition to tanks after. Alright, that's a lot of Roaches in production, though. 4th base going down for Dark. Mag field accelerators is not quite complete. It's a lot of Ravs. That's a damn lot of Ravs. It's a lot of Ravs, Morty. Oh my god, did I actually just do that? See, Nathanius is with us in spirit. Holy heck and heck. Cyclone's getting some work, but they're taking a lot of work from the mutas. They do end up being saved for the moment. Corruptors are out though. These battle cruisers are in a lot of trouble. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be seeing any light of day for that 1 battle cruiser. Oh, Darkness so much. Can it be dealt with? The missile turrets and the BC trying to fight off the Corruptor. The tank on the high ground trying to get some damage. The corrosive bile does hit it a bit. I think Gumiho does hold. But at what cost? The worker count's like pretty close though. More workers are clearly going to fall. The BC and the Hellion trying to clean up the rest of this. Does it matter? We have +1 of vehicle weapons coming behind us. Still Roaches attacking. A tank's going to siege, and there's more roaches coming on this side. More corruptors in production. Only the one BC from here. So now it's just mass tanks. Infestation pit going on, however, and 2 Evos. So this is very likely... I don't know. For a turtly game, it's not very turtly. Let's be real here, guys. 4th base just now getting saturated from dark. Oh, for sure, Torchion. For sure. Alright, these corruptors poking and prodding around. And, yeah. No more battle cruiser operational. Oh, we got mushrooms coming, guys. Dark, you must be a mushroom, because you're a fun guy. Dark going mass swarm host behind this all. So he's tech switching yet again into swarm host. Swarm hosts do be pretty good against mech, and the one token battle cruiser won't be there. It's very gas heavy, but Dark's been actually chewing through his gas quite a bit. Obviously through this with the Roach Ravager, with the Corruptors. Now with Swarm Host. And he does have that 4th base where Gumiho hasn't been able to do it. He's kept the battle cruiser alive. We're going to need to see what Gumi God can do against this. Swarm Hosts are ridiculously bad against Bio. But there's no going Bio where we came from here. So these Locusts might just be pretty good. Let's see what happens. Oh no! Gumiho kind of going in a line of fire. Some Lings are going to help out quite a bit. The tanks doing a good job here. Everything's spread out pretty well, but these tanks are going to be a point of interest. Oh, he forces a left of the CC, and those Corruptors, they're going to be a problem. The Cyclones are going to be enough to scare this back. Oh, Gumi God loses one to the Corrosive Bile. That's pretty rough. Dark's chipping away at him like Michelangelo sculpting David. True. 44 on your right. Hell Muffins? Swarm Hosts are probably my favorite Zerg unit because they're so memey. I feel like, Dave, why? They're horrible. They're a thing of beauty, guys. And they make dinosaurs. They're the only Zerg unit. They may not look like a dinosaur, but they actually make dinosaur noises. The Muffin Man. Oh, my buddy Chat is loving this right now if he's watching. The Swarm Host King. All right, let's see what we got here. The Muffin Man. Oof. Well, the Muffins get cleaned up. The Greater Spire is the thing I was worried about behind this. It is going to be the Broodlord battle, and there's no Thor transition where we're going just yet, and that's going to be a problem. He's going to need Thors to deal with the Broodlords, and it's not like he can easily switch into Ghost out of nowhere in this case. He's just now getting his 4th base. Dark standing on the 4 for now. He's going to obviously expand at some point. More? Okay, actually, never mind. The Swarm Hosts do survive. Already made more. GG's called. Oh! And unfortunately, that's the end of the last Mech Terran. Thanks for the follow. Juicy Gains. That is a 2-0 in favor of Dark. Damn, I'm surprised that went as quick as it did for those two. I mean, it could be either way. Now I'm in waiting for lobbies. Because we have Classic and Solar going on still. That seems like that could be a banger. Getting all tongue twisted up tonight. Still, Gumiho did make it to the semifinals. Actually, where did we make it? Estrella made it to the round of 8. Scarlet made it to the round of 8. Oh, yeah, that's right. Scarlet was against Classic. Damn, that was a 2-0-2. That's unfortunate. Stray did take a game off Gumiho. Nightmare, unfortunately, got 2-0'd. Dude, Dark is on fire tonight. I've had nothing but PVZs until that one game. What's up, Reza? How you doing? Health. Guys, if you're new here, smash that follow button and all that good stuff. And, wow, my cat says hello. Mr. Charlie, one of two, says hello. Any score update on Solar versus Classic?
Giddy up.
I'm not sure. Let's take a look at Chicken Man's. There's no delay. Chicken Man and Steadfast are covering that as well as the Cranky Ducklings into the, Alexander Enke and others. Thanks for the follow, Helketh. We eating hot wings, McCuckin. I would love some hot wings right now. See, Reza's here and McCuckin gets. You get summoned. All right, so right now it's 1-1, and the game looks like it's coming to a halt. Oh, I was hoping we would get. Classic really could use some moral victory, honestly, in a dub. But you know what, guys? It's looking likely that we're going to see a ZVZ Finals. ZVZ Finals. It is now reported officially. Guys, it is... Chicken Man's even standing up casting. He's got a stand-up desk. I might actually have to do that myself. So it is official. We have Dark versus Solar and a very fat cat jumping up to attack me. I've been proxied. Dark versus Solar Finals. I love you, Charlie. You guys love my cat? Look at this guy. He's so chunky and fat. So it's Solar versus Dark. I was not expecting a ZVZ Finals tonight. We have something for the masses after all, something different than we've had previous weeks, and that's what I'm all about, is seeing some different StarCraft and all this. Good boy, Charlie. And my other cats down below. They think they're getting something special. I don't have anything for me. They need to... He's a chunk and a half. Oh yeah, he's a beast. He do be a beast. And I don't know if I'm going to be with Chicken Man or not. Let's see. What do you guys think? Mention it in his chat, too. You want a chicken? Yeah, look at those guys. They're wanting other stuff. And yeah, well, Chicken Man.
What is up, Mr. Testa?
What's up? Are you excited for this? We have a ZVZ Finals in KSL.
This is our first ZVZ Finals. I was just checking. Solar beat Hero in Classic in the finals, and Dark has been to 3 but hasn't won any.
Dark hasn't? That's wow. That's
no. He lost all 3 to Hero.
Wow.
Yeah. Dave, by the way, sorry, other Dave, Steadfast. Thank you for the raid. He is Steadfast calling it an evening. I hope it wasn't the internet, because Anakitos Mavi had some internet issues earlier. And we hate to see internets causing issues. We don't like that at all.
No, we don't. Yeah, and Steadfast enjoyed your cast today at ESL Masters.
Ooh, always good cast from Mr. Dave Luce. But speaking of casting, we should probably do some of that before chat starts yelling at us. So, spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Babylon, we have the 2019 World Champion for Dragon Kitesy Gaming, Dark.
And his opponent in the upper left also going for a pool first. This is 12 pool versus a 12 pool from Onside Gaming. Give it up for Solar.
Oh, it's beautiful. You just love to see it, don't you?
Yeah, they're like ZVZ 12 pool. Yeah, it's let's fucking go. That's all I can say on that one. This is definitely a treat.
The players didn't want this series to take too long, and I appreciate that. Yeah, they got things to do.
Yeah.
They're like, listen, I'm kind of hungry. I wanted to grab some food. Let's just make this a quick best of 5. Let's start out nice and early.
All right. Everything's kind of lining up and just going for their hatch. Little link pressure from both, so they're going to be kind of like dancing awkwardly for a minute, I think, Chicken Man, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's macro 12 pool. Everybody likes a good economic 12 pool opening. Ooh, Dark, though, gets the scout on the Lings before I think Solar's Overlord saw the Lings of Dark. So Dark gets a little advantage there because he's just going to be able to sit at home and defend. Solar doesn't realize that yet.
Yeah, let me just tell you, I got to cover some of Dark earlier, and they were incredible games.
Ooh.
He is playing
Lings
very
trying
well
to wrap
tonight.
around.
Yeah.
Solar looked really strong against Classic, but I mean, ZVZ is just such a different monster
Oh, yeah.
than any of the other matchups, really.
I mean, true. You're not wrong. And on top of it, either one of these guys, I would hedge them against Cyril even in a ZVZ. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see a chance even for Solar. They're both pretty good Zerg players in the matchup, especially.
I absolutely agree. And I mean, the thing about it is, from what I understand, the professional players tend not to practice ZVZ. They just don't practice it. And that makes it really hard to get a good grasp on like who's gonna win in a ZVZ. It's like, all right, well, if you don't practice it, then where are we? What's the meta here? And I feel like because the players don't always know either, things can just get really out of hand really fast.
Oh, for sure. You know, thinking of that, it's just the little stuff earlier on that adds up, I think, more than any of the other Zerg matchups. The ling count, like just every little detail focuses in. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know about you casting, it can get pretty wild. You're like, oh, well, like 2 lings fell right there. And I'll watch like Cats or somebody that's a Zerg player or even Steadfast, you know what I mean? And they're like a main, you know what I mean? Like, stuff can spiral out of control so fast.
It really can in the early game scenarios. Any literally, I mean, in any mirror matchup, there's some truth to that, right? Like any unit you lose, if you're doing the same build, it's going to be so important.
But there's so many. Zerg,
there ends up being so many units, and also a lot of it can come down to little things like this too. We see Solar going for an Evo chamber, and so far not a Bane nest. Yeah, he's going for the Roach Horn. So it looks like Solar's skipping the Bane nest, but Dark's going for the Bane nest. So Dark might get aggressive here with Lings and Banes. Solar's going to have to figure out how to defend with just Lings.
Well, Chicken Man, I ain't no super high-level Zerg player, but I will tell you this. He needs a scout at first, and I would assume he would need the wall.
Yeah, I mean, a wall's pretty good. Doesn't really save your third base, but it is pretty good. And there's a lot of Lings and Banes about to come out of Dark. Solar is trying to poke a little bit with the Lings, but he is going to get a scout on just how many Lings there are here for Dark. Without Ling speed yet. God, that Ling speed is so late.
Yeah. Well, the funny thing is he's going for the 9 Roach push with +1, I think. Oh, no, he canceled. He adjusted.
Yeah, he has to cancel the +1 now and just get these Roaches out as soon as possible. But, oh no. The big Bane hit, and now the Queens get surrounded. The Roaches feel like they might be too late. They're getting surrounded as they come out. Lings coming out as well for Solar, though, will push these Lings away of Dark. Can Dark get the kill on the third? It doesn't look like it. Solar is out here with the Lings, or with the Roaches, rather. Dark's got to pull back. But I think Dark's still happy with this, right? He did get the Queens. He's down a few drones, so he's got to get that drone count up a little bit. But
Yeah.
he overall was able to get some good damage done. Even trades, though. Maybe this isn't as good for Dark as I had thought.
Yeah, Solar is leading for the moment, and honestly, I feel like the Roach Wars are the bigger issue, but they're both going into +1 ranged attacks, funnily enough, at about the same time. How things played out, it was honestly a bit of, I think there was a bit of luck on Solar's side, too, and just how things timed out for him. He did lose the queen, but like you said, he ended up in a pretty good economic position.
I think Dark took a bit of a economic hit trying to go for this, getting those lings out as early as he did. And he did just enough damage to maybe make it worth it. But actually, the more I look at it, the more I feel like Solar is going to be the one in the better position here. Look at his lair is quite a bit earlier. Yeah, he delayed his +1 missile attacks, but his army supply is even and his drone count is way up. And Dark's just not able to poke in with these lings and get anything done because Solar, I mean, he's just defending. He knows I'm doing better on the economy. You sacrificed a lot for that. Didn't kill a single drone. Didn't kill the third base. You only got a few queens and a few lings.
Right. Yeah, it's been it's definitely a bit of unfortunate build order stuff going on there, I feel like, too. But now Dark leading in supply, like you said, mostly into lings. Solar, the one going into Aspire, though.
Yeah, the Spire is really interesting. I wouldn't have expected this, but I wonder if he's thinking Dark's going to go Spire and he wants to counter it, or if it's just going to be that unexpected. Because for Solar, I feel like you just get into Roaches, you just make a big old Roach Rav army, and you're just ahead. But the Spire could catch Dark completely off guard.
Yeah, I personally like this decision. Obviously, the downside is you drop a Hydra Den, you build spores, whatever. But when it's so unexpected, just one wave of mutas could get a lot done economically because you're really not defending with queens. But then again, overseers are a thing, and let's see what happens, how Mr. Dark responds.
Yeah, it looks like he might be able to get the scout on this. He's got the Overseer going in, but now the 8 mutas are already on the way, so even by the time he scouts this, it's going to be a little bit late to fully respond. Doesn't have any Spore Crawlers up just yet, but I think he just spotted it. Spore Crawlers going down. Hydra Den goes down immediately.
Yep.
I don't think Solar's going to commit to this. He's got more Roaches on the way already. There's no +1 coming out or anything. So he's just going to go for the 8 mutas. It's just going to be some crowd control, chipping away at some units, and it forces the response out of Dark, right?
Yeah, the other thing he could do, though, is, as he is supply blocking, forcing more overlords, maybe even denying a base. It just gives him some good information. Yeah, it said he's going to put a little pressure on this hatch. He's kind of toying with Dark a bit.
Yeah, and I mean, at 68 drones, the worker count's even between them. Look at Solar's army supply, though.
Yeah.
And some of that's in the mutas, but it's mostly just Roach Ravager, because while Dark's been busy trying to get into Hydras, Solar is just building up that ground force. He's still defending these lings. These lings have been poking around the whole game, and Dark hasn't been able to get anything done with them.
Yeah. The whole time Solar's truthfully been making the Roach.
Yeah, Roach is pretty good here. The Queen's going to start to go down. There are Hydras out now, so the mutas can't really help in this fight too much. But I don't know if they fully need to. The Roaches and Ravagers are here as well. A lot of lings showing up. Solar, it looks like he might be able to get this hatchery, but he's got to be a little bit careful. He doesn't want to overcommit to this. There's a lot of stuff here for Dark.
Oh, yeah, for sure, Chicken Man. I don't really like how the army got clumped up there. Yeah, that was not the best concave for Solar, to say the least. And he did eat a few
but you
vials.
know what? He's got the +2 attack advantage. I didn't even realize Dark's wasn't finished yet. And Solar ends up taking a decent fight on the top side. He was trying to poke on the left as well. Dark ends up pushing him away. And you know what? That 4th base stayed up. That's very important for Dark.
Oh, but Solar's going to take a 5th behind this, going to defend, and he's putting some pressure on with the mutas and the Roaches on the side, so he's getting a few workers. Yeah, I think that was a good move. Good. It was definitely good defense from Dark, but it all came down to that, like you said, that upgrade advantage. The concave just kind of fell apart there. And I think Solar just took a really bad fight.
Yeah, he definitely was a little bit down on units on the right-hand side, but those units on the left really helping out as well. He's going to come back in now, seeing that there's a lot been committed to defending those few roaches on the bottom, and finally the 4th base will go down. I don't know if Solar can really push up this ramp right now, but he is taking a 5th while killing a 4th, and I feel like that is just going to put him in such a good position. How, as Dark, do you come back from this?
Well, you got to do everything you can. He dropped the rocks. I think was a pretty cheeky move in the upper right side, kind of segmenting off the army, but I guess he's just got to try to transition out of this. We got Burrowed Roach coming for Solar, and I would assume we're going to see we probably needed to see it earlier, but a Lurker Den would have been my guess before, but he didn't have the economy for it. He couldn't even mine off that base.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking Lurker Den as well, but it looks like Dark doesn't feel like he has the money for it, just needs to get more units out. I love the idea of the Burrowed Roaches coming out of Solar.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to try to put the nail in the coffin here for Dark. Right now, Dark taking a good fight, though. Those Hydras putting out the DPS, taking down a lot of those Ravagers, but Solar's economy, he's not on a ton of drones, but he's got much more efficient mining. He's got more bases. And he's just going to be able to keep replenishing this army. He's still at 200 supply. Dark is down to 158.
Yeah, for sure. That being said, it looks like the push of pushes is coming. And we'll see how this fight goes. Oh, but Solar did eat some biles right there.
Yeah, Solar seems not to care. I feel like the thing is, even if Dark is able to push this back again, every time it chips away more and more, and this time Solar just had too much. He will take game number 1 of this best of 5.
Yeah, very cool. Also, got to do a little bit of a hello and shout out to Some Drunk Canadian in chat. It's good to see you around, brother. He's drinking some soju. Maybe we could bring him in for a game or something. What do you think, Chicken Man?
I mean, if he's down, I'm always down. Me and him, we're up in the Pacific Northwest area together. One day I'm gonna head up to Vancouver. I'm gonna go say hello. Or if SDC, if you ever come down to Seattle, you just let me know, bud. I'm here.
Yeah. Feel free. No pressure, of course. Just an invite. SDC is
no, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, actually, we should.
I'm just kidding. I'm going to grab some water real quick while we load into this game. I will be right back.
Yeah, want me to tell them to hold on a sec? Okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I could probably use some myself. I didn't plan ahead.
My sink is very close. It does not take long to get water. I
have you up on my other monitor. I'm like, oh, that's nice. The convenience.
Oh yeah, that is nice.
A nice standing desk, by the way.
Thank you. This is my new casting desk. Still getting used to it a little bit here, but it's fun. It's nice to stand and cast. I gotta say, way better than sitting. I have way more energy.
I can tell. Like, I'm thinking about it now myself. To be honest.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Keeps you going throughout all the many hours of casting that we do.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of which, before some drunk Canadian yells at me again in chat for not talking about the game, spawning in the lower left-hand corner of Royal Blood, it is our dragon Kitesy Gamer, Dark.
And his opponent in the upper right, he's blue. He's slimy. Representing Onside Gaming. Give it up for Solar. No 12 pool versus 12 pool this game, Chicken Man.
No. God's honest macro here from our two Zerg players. It's really funny how it works like that. Like, we could very easily have seen a 12 pool versus macro in both games, but instead we got the beautiful 12 pool versus 12 pool. I'm sad nobody committed though. They both went for the macro 12.
Yeah, one wasn't full send. Exactly. I am 100% with you.
Hopefully we get a full send 12 pool in this series.
Oh, for sure. You know, ironically, I was thinking about this too. As we're starting out in a macro game, you know, the drones be built, the gases get saturated. you know, funnily enough, if Steadfast Internet crapped out, we wouldn't be surprised because it's Canadian internet. But it is kind of ironic, though, that it was both of you and I losing internet, and everybody in the Americas and the U.S. side, and there was Steadfast.
Oh yeah, that was during one of the ESLs, right? Like,
yeah,
all of us got kicked from BattleNet. It wasn't even internet, right? It was specifically BattleNet.
was,
like anybody in the US just couldn't use it for a little bit. That sucked. That was like right in the middle of a really sick series too.
Yeah, and Steadfast is like the one time it's actually good to have Canadian internet.
That Canadian internet coming in clutch. Yeah, I don't know if it was internet tonight or if he was just like tired.
Yeah, he has the cast, I think, tomorrow.
It is kind of late. Yeah, he's been doing those ESL casts.
Yep. And either way, for me, it's getting late. But you know what? I'm enjoying this, dude. I'm seeing you and I, Zed. We like to see the diversity. People get nervous. You see lower turnouts. Sometimes it can be fun. And tonight was efinitely a special one. I think we had Estrella playing tonight. Was this Estrella's first?
I'm sad we didn't get to cover that one. I don't think anybody covered it.
No, I should have too, and he literally kept it for me. I hope he's not mad at me. Estrella's my boy. I'm like, man. I really should have went to it, but I didn't want to get stuck out of the series. And actually, there was Kano and some of our volunteer casters.
Kano was in there. Oh, Sewer Badger was in there. Okay. Well, and of course, some people do cover replays and stuff too. So hopefully, those games get viewed, because I imagine Gumiho versus Estrella was a banger series.
Yeah, I know. He took a game off of him actually too.
Yeah, it was 2-1, so super close.
I'm curious to see if he played random. Poor Estrella. Estrella's probably like, I'm never doing this again. I had to play with all the ping, and you know, it's just.
I mean, he will get paid. That's top 8. You know.
Yeah. No, it's true, and
could be worth it.
Yeah, for sure. Just the situation though, like Estrella just being, to me personally, he's been awesome. Yeah, he's an internet friend. Yeah, just a great guy in general. But yeah, that being said, we're trailing off again. We got some Banes in defense. Pretty standard wall.
You know, nobody's getting very aggressive here so far. We have a lair on the way for Solar already. It's a very early lair. That's probably the most notable thing. And it makes me wonder if he's going to go for mutas again. But with the Roach Warren going down, could this be like a Nidus or something?
Yeah, the funny thing is there's two overlords staring each other down by the Korean Starcraft League side in the bottom left corner. So Dark might be that would be a bold move against Dark, the guy who's known for Niduses. Actually, I had he did Niduses against Gumiho, and he did it against what the hell was he playing? I'm having one of those memory moments, Chicken Man. But anyway,
Firefly.
Yeah. And Firefly actually had the sickest hold. Yeah, that was actually an incredible series right there.
Ooh, Dark's coming in here with a few Banes and a few Lings right now. That's actually quite a few Lings.
Yeah.
Zoning with the Banes, trying to get on top of the drones, and these drones. Uh-oh. I'm a little worried for Solar's drones right now. But Solar's got his own Banes. He's going to come in. Oh my god, he's missed a couple of big Baneling hits. But Dark still has some Lings around. Roach is coming out now, though.
Yep.
But it feels like if Solar had a plan that was anything special, it's pretty much done at this point. 7 drones going down is very painful. Having to build these roaches maybe when he didn't want to, also a little bit rough, but he does have that earlier roach speed. His +1 is nearly done. Solar might have an opportunity to push across right now. He's down quite a few drones, but he is not rebuilding them. I think Solar's going for it, and Dark's got to be on the defensive. Dark's moving across with roaches. Oh no, dude. He does not realize. Roach speed's about to finish for Solar. Dark is in a bad spot right now.
Oh, yeah, he is, Chicken Man. That was the best read you could have on that. Surprise.
Oh, man. Yep, surprise. All of a sudden, my roaches are faster. A few of these roaches going to go down on the retreat. Not too many, fortunately, for Dark, but he is just building nonstop roaches. He's got spine crawlers on the way. He realized Solar is not building drones behind this, so Dark's going to pull his drones, and he just taps. He doesn't even fight it out. He just says, you have too much. He completely misread that.
Damn.
And thought he could follow it up with some roaches, and just gets caught totally off guard by Solar. It feels like Solar has Dark's number right now.
Oh yeah, for sure. And what's crazy is when I say some of the games earlier, Dark was playing in his EVT and his EVP was literally at the crazy GSL level, just insane play out of Dark. That said, I was going to say in Firefly's defense, he had, from the build order he probably did the sickest defense and hold against Ling Queen Dark, you know what I mean, Nidus. It was just insane. He almost came back, but they gave us a good series. But that's the form of Dark we have tonight, and Solar's managed to put 2 on the board already.
Solar's bopping him. It's like Dark. Dark has the strongest punches in the world, but Solar's like, what if I just dodge them?
Yeah.
If I just move to the side, what are you gonna do? Doesn't matter how strong they are. You missed.
He's playing like Rocky Balboa, right? He's psyching. Dark's expecting him to be punching from one side, and then after he's going to be punching from the left, and surprise, they're all coming from the right.
My friend, I think you and I had very different experiences watching Rocky.
Or the opposite way around. Yeah, I'm a freaking... Yeah.
Rocky took those punches straight to the face.
Yeah, he did. No, for sure. But, we was practiced. Never mind.
I'm just kidding. I'm just messing. Anyways, game 3. This could be the final game. We're already on match point. Spawning in the lower left of Ancient Cistern, it's Dragon Kitesies. Dark.
And his opponent in the upper right. I miscorrect. We had his score as 0-2 because I'm so used to Dark bopping people at times. Give it up for Onside Gaming Solar. Oh my goodness. That Rocky Balboa moment just kind of threw me completely off, Chicken Man. That was basically it. I'm not going to lie.
It's just really funny because I feel like you could have said like Muhammad Ali,
Yeah, and I choose Rocky fucking Balboa. I just watched Rocky 1 and 2 like last week too. So, God, my memory's shot too. But I think it was a Rocky 2 thing, but I don't know. It was late.
Oh, it could be. It could be.
But you're right about him getting just basically more notably just eating punches to the face.
Yeah. I feel like you're right, though. I feel like in Rocky 2, he did work on his speed and his dodging, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like that was a big part of the storyline there. So I get where you're coming from.
Yeah. It was, but Mick was trying to get him to punch on the other side because everybody thought of him as a left-handed hitter, I guess. And he's like, we're good. Switch to the right, And he's like,
he's a southpaw, man.
He's a southpaw, man. Exactly. Now you're remembering. See, between the two of us, we have about 2 brain cells functional for memory, folks.
I think between the two of us, we can remember maybe 7 or 8 things.
And those things are like words.
If we're lucky. Sometimes I remember to breathe. I don't know about you.
Yeah, true. That's a tough one. I do forget that one quite often. But for different reasons. Usually it's because my breathing's too full of cigarette smoke. Let's be real here. All right. And
another pretty standard opening. No 12 pulls here. So we're actually just going to take the quick third base. Yeah, both players. All right. Okay.
That's looking pretty even. Stevens. Dark just had an extra drone for a second. And what's he going? He's going...
Couple of Bane nests. This is kind of how last game started, I feel like. Yeah, nothing too crazy. We'll just keep an eye on the tech choices here. And keep an eye on that production tab to see who decides to make a big round of Lings first.
It looks like Dark's already starting it.
Okay, Dark answering questions as they're asked. Thank you, Dark.
I mean, realistically, it's Dark. Naturally, if you were just going to make a blind bet, I would always head to Dark.
Who's going to be the more aggressive player? Yeah, it's Dark, for sure.
Yeah,
over
right.
Solar? Yeah, I for sure would see that.
Yeah, I mean, like,
so
imagine being that guy that's like, all right, you got Maru and you got Bion. And you're like, okay, well, never mind. Before that, we're going to just see a queen get what?
Yeah, the Banelings. Yeah, look at these bodyguard Banelings, dude. Oh, but Dark says I have those too. Dark says I built the Bane nest. Oh man, Solar needs more Banelings desperately, but he doesn't have them yet. Takes a big hit from Dark's Banes. But Dark doesn't quite have enough to keep the pressure on just yet.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, those Banelings. Who the hell was it in that shitty movie back in the day? Sandra Bullock.
Whoa. Sandra Bullock is a national treasure. I want to hear any trash talk. Oh! Solar eating another big Bane hit. Okay, so Dark kind of took a big one too. All right.
I wanted to get a rise at you on that one. I'm like, I know I'm going to do it.
And if you're going to talk about Speed and say that's a bad movie, I'll not hear it. I'll close this call right now. If that's the Sandra Bullock movie you're talking about.
Oh,
Even
buddy.
Cats doesn't agree with the shitting on Sandra Bullock.
Oh, Cats doesn't either? Well,
He knows.
Actually,
No,
I
you
feel
can't
like
do
on
that.
Channel
National
Cats,
treasure.
Cats is usually the one when I'm watching ESL that's usually bringing up movie stuff. I just channeled you in an instant and did the exact opposite thing you'd say, Cats. That's hilarious. Oh, oh man, nothing we could have done better there.
These guys really going hard on the Ling Bane right now. We're finally getting into Roach Warrens, but Solar's got 18 more Lings in production. Dark is keeping the pressure on. We're getting the true knife fight here.
Yeah, it is definitely on a dagger's edge. Take a look at the. I'm just gonna keep the units tab up right now. This is pure Ling Bane battles. Oh my gosh.
There's explosions everywhere.
Yeah, Dark.
But so far, I mean, Solar, I feel like, has the better end of this. He's up quite a few drones. Dark tries to go for the run, but he doesn't quite get it.
Oh, Dark with these defensive Banelings on the west side is going to be able to.
Oh, this Ling scouts a whole bunch of roaches, though. That is huge. Solar just realized Dark's going no lair, full roach behind this.
That's
Solar
full
immediately
send.
pulls back. He just has to make roaches and roaches. No, he's building a drone. Does he feel like he's just got it? Okay, hold on. Dark's droning too. Dark was like, shit, I was scouted. Okay, drones.
All right, so here's the thing: is Solar has this massive Ling run by. He can get a lot of damage done on the other side of it. There's gonna be a roach printer started.
Yeah,
but if he
there's
can
no
hop onto
Banelings this time. These Lings gonna get on top of a queen, get on top of a roach,
Get on
cause
top
some
of-
issues.
Okay,
Dark
not
hasn't
be
been
my
building more units, so
Yeah. Oh, Banelings, roaches. Well,
well, Solar doesn't have a lot of Banes left. Army supply is still heavily in Solar's favor, though, and I feel like that's a real problem for Dark.
Yeah.
The Lings on the other side of the map have killed 5 drones, and they're still causing issues, forcing Dark to focus back there while he's getting pushed back on the front. All of a sudden, look at these supplies. Solar ends up way ahead on drones, ahead on Army supply. The +1 is pretty much even. Dark's lair is behind. Solar is ahead in every imaginable way right now. In Game 3.
Solar is literally playing like a ZVZ god today. Let's be real here. This is incredible
I mean,
play.
he for sure has Dark's number. And this is one of the funny things that like happened to Cyril too for a long time was he could beat any Protoss and any Terran, and that's kind of what Dark does. And then it would get to ZVZ and Dark would be like, just didn't quite have the right rhythm. And his opponent here, Solar, he's got it, man. He's figured it out. He knows when Dark's going to do what... I can't believe Solar started droning as soon as he scouted those roaches. He was like, okay, I scouted him. Dark's going to start droning. He counted on it, and it absolutely paid off for him.
Yeah. I mean, truthfully, you want to know something funny? I get flamed sometimes, or have been flamed. Solar happens to be one of my favorite Zerg players. Just, he has some really cool strategies that he'll pull out. But his game sense is usually just pretty good against some higher tier players.
Yeah, I know. I think that's a good point. I do feel like Solar's game sense can be one of his like strongest attributes. He tends to be a pretty standard player. He's not as like crazy as Dark, like we were talking about. He doesn't, I don't know. He doesn't shy away from late game. He just kind of plays it pretty standard macro a lot of the times, and because of that, I think his game sense is is highly developed. He's the number 10 player in the world right now for a reason, you know?
Yeah, like even earlier. Okay, so this is looking like that's it. It's a 3-0.
That's it. That's just straight up. Solar won that game like 3 minutes ago, and we were just waiting for Roach Speed to finish.
Yeah, like literally was already done. Well, damn.
Yeah, that's it, man. Solar just smashes Dark in the finals, and Dark, once again, honestly, this is looking kind of rough for Dark. He has now lost 4 finals in the KSL. He is 0-4 in grand finals.
Damn. And this is our 10th one, by the way. Can you believe it, guys?
Yeah.
2 things I think both of us have to ask of you, if you can think of it. Consider becoming a patron. That's how this is funded. We're hoping to make this so everybody, literally everybody, is funding it on $5 donations. That would be
we
the
have
dream.
we have a ton of people in, but we always can use more. And you know, some people have to cancel, so keeping people flowing in and out keeps us going. Not only for the weeklies, but also for our big summer tournament that we're going to officially announce very soon once we have all the dates set.
Mm-hmm. And Chicken Man's been on there. I'm going to be stepping it up. I did some work getting some replays for you, Chicken Man. Tried to, and Gumiho was the only player to put it. And I'll be doing that.
Yeah, because if you're a patron, even for just $5 a month, you will get all the replays that we can gather from each and every weekly. So if you wanted to work, actually, fun fact, Alima League, which used to have a Patreon that you could get replays from, was one of the ways I started casting. I used to cast Alima League replays like every week because I was a $5 patron there. So there you go. Start casting that way.
And also, consider using some Matcherino codes, folks. We have plenty, I believe. I want to take a look, actually, and see who's...
We have 30 left, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 30 more codes. So click the Matcherino code. That one's free. You don't get any replays from that, but you do give 25 cents to the players. So for free. And we all love things that are free. Somebody put money in.
Yeah,
Din Common put $10 in, and Don't Defense put $5 in.
Yep, my boy Don't Defense did put $5 in there after. Very, very cool stuff. Sadly, we don't have Caster or Maddox today, so we won't have any interviews of Solar. But that would, he would do it. Maddox is a Chad like that. And
we just had somebody join the Patreon. I forgot I actually set up alerts for that.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Yeah, so thank you for joining, for helping to support Korean StarCraft in this post-Blizzard era of StarCraft esports.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm just fantastically amazed in all you guys. It's amazing. Obviously, huge shout out to Skitu and Vlad and Chad Mandu as well, our top patrons. I mean,
those are the guys that allowed us to get started.
Yeah, and it's really
without their support, and there's still a huge amount of support for the tournament every week. Yeah, couldn't do it without them, without you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could. Yeah, I served my purpose for the first week, and that was about it. I did like the war cry for KSL, if you will.
Well, listen, when I go on vacation, okay, I'm gonna need you.
Yeah, no doubt. Same thing. I mean, like you covered for me last week. I still haven't covered week 9 from replays. Will I do it? I don't know.
Who knows? Who knows? The world may never know.
Yeah.
All right, Dave. I'm gonna head out.
Where are we going?
I gotta raid my good friend Apoptosis. I haven't seen him online in a while, so I'm gonna give him the cheeky raid. Thank you for the cast of the finals. That was a lot of fun. I'll work on figuring out how to raise your volume because apparently it's still not enough. I did a bunch of stuff to raise your volume. And
do I sound distorted? I'm hoping my
No, you sound totally fine. I think it's on my end. I need to work on raising Discord people's volumes.
Yeah, we should.
Dave's too quiet, and we need Dave to be loud.
Unless you're on my stream. Dude, Cats, and also Cats, incredible casting this week. It was an awesome time. I genuinely mean that. I think Cats was killing it this week, as was everybody, but Cats a treasure to the community of casters.
I saw a few clips that were very entertaining.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. You have a good night, buddy.
Good night,
Am
brother.
I? Or am I so
Thanks.
sane that you just blew your mind?
Roots Cats just subscribe.
Yo, thank you so much, Mr. Magic Turtle, for gifting a sub to my man Cats. And Cats, anytime you feel like it, please feel free to use the replays and cast any. If you're like, I want something to do, I feel like casting. You have such an amazing voice. You got the caster role. You get the replays every week. Do it up, brother. But thank you so much, Magic Turtle. Guys, I am going to raid somebody. Mr. Katz, actually, are you planning on streaming? Are you doing a late nighter? Or are you taking it easy for you're done with ESL? I figured I'd ask you while you're here. You're taking it easy? Yeah, dude. Hey, you have a much needed rest. You know what, guys? We're going to take you to a good friend of mine. We are going to go to the lovely Trisha Payne. She do be a homie. The Mothership crew. Also, before we go, I do have merch if you enjoy my shitty artwork. I plan on making some more exclamation mark merch as we raid out. Make sure you give Trisha a follow. Thank you all. And have a fantastic morning, noon, or night, whatever the hell it is in your time. And Yeti, it's Kirktown. Just wanted to say that. Catch y'all on the flip.